Hear the music.
Man, open up the door, it's Dave!
Damn, Smoke, what you doing knocking like you the damn police?
Start talking and talk fast, you lousy bum.
Everything we do and everything we've been taught is just to service the future.
Well, you know, that's just like, your opinion, man.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
The whole world gone crazy!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
This is our concern, dude.
You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
Shit's braggy. I'm excited.
Testicles, 1, 2. Testicles, 1, 2.
Got you.
Okay. All right. Come on, mala.
Shit. I don't even want to hear it.
Come on, mala.
Oh, man. It's going to be one of those shows.
Come on, mala. You know what? I used to be at McDonald's. Yes. I worked. I was a fry lady.
Did you see
Did you see the
forgery?
photo? Yeah. That's hilarious.
The
Was that
Photoshop
real?
photo?
Was that real?
Yeah.
Did they really put that out?
Bro, I don't know if they put it out because I didn't do my research on that, but I just know that it's Photoshop, though.
I thought I heard that her camp released that to prove, but then, like, you literally just Google it and you see the lady next to it,
there
and it's
she
like,
is.
yeah. That's funny. Yeah, man. Craziness.
Did y'all hear the fucking Jamaican accent she put on?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, man.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard a
She
couple
changes her
things.
accents,
Yeah.
Dude, so what do you think's gonna happen here? Like, for real? Like,
Come on,
Like-
because
Like scenarios of what? Like if who and who? Like if she
All
gets
right.
in, what's the scenario? Or if he gets in?
yeah, so like say, because what I'm hearing is that, you know, pretty much Trump is gonna win, you know, but the thing is that Congress is gonna denounce his candidacy because he's got so many uncharted freaking court cases that are felonies, and you can't elect a felon for president.
Really?
Yeah, so that's gonna be a complete.
But he
upheaval.
hasn't been charged for anything, right?
Right.
So just because everybody seemed to mess up with the whole thing. It's like innocent until proven guilty, right? That's
but not on the
not-
Democratic side. You're freaking
that's
guilty
kind of
until
yeah.
proven innocent.
I mean, this is all the stuff I've been saying. This is like when it's not like today. Nothing's gonna blow up, but like once if he gets in, dude, we were just talking about this in the car. There's gonna be a lot of incidents. I feel, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that they're gonna turn around and say it's
Trump supporters.
It's his support. Yep.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And as I replied to my boy, I said that's why we have documented the fucking Karens of the left.
The activities of the
Don't
other
you
side.
ever fucking? I'm a woman.
But did you see?
I'm a woman.
Did you see Alex?
You hear me,
Jones?
Dave? I'm a woman on this show.
All right.
Say yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Dude,
Woman on this
but
show.
Alex Jones putting out that freaking Civil War alert.
Bro, what the fuck?
Did you see that?
I didn't see the actual
He's like,
thing,
they're spelling it out for us. Freaking, they're gonna tell us they're doing this, they're doing this, and they're doing this, and they're gonna blame it on the Trump supporters when it's them that's gonna be behind it.
Well, I didn't need him to tell me that. That's what I think has always been going on.
Yeah, it's all
you know
smoke
what I mean?
and
Like,
mirrors, you know.
And I don't know what happens if she gets in. I don't know, because the other side's not quite like that. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get... We haven't been seeing a lot of Trump supporters doing ruthless stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Certain incidents, I guess, you know, but like on a mass scale of like organizing things, the other side's pretty fucking good at it. Like when all the stuff was going on downtown and stuff, dude, they were having bricks dropped off in different cities. They were, you know, for the riot, for different things. Like that wasn't coming from the other side.
Yeah, no. That was Antifa.
Yeah.
Was,
yeah, exactly.
They were there for one purpose.
They're still around.
I know.
Like nobody talks about them or anything, but
they're dormant right now until shit goes.
They kind of focused on the Palestine stuff. I feel like a lot of them were getting involved in that stuff, and
notice how that's gone.
Oh yeah,
to the wayside right now because they're we just dropped troops I think in Taiwan or something like that, or an island to reclaim a freaking base.
Yep. Or was it Taiwan? Yeah.
It's something like that. It's like off the China border.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that too.
Fuck, dude.
Dude, I would not be surprised if all of a sudden something pops off with Iran, like a big something.
Yeah, because
all
they're
of a sudden
talking
like,
shit.
Wait, everybody, stop sending in votes. Stop. I'm serious, dude. Like, I could see them being like, we gotta stop everything right now because this is a World War III. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, you know what's scary is that right over, freaking Netflix and HBO and everybody came out with that Civil War movie, and then all of a sudden Red Dawn's being played.
Oh yeah,
all of a sudden I'm like, right. And then you watch Red Dawn and you're just like, man, that is surprisingly accurate to what's going on right now.
Yep,
it's like, holy shit, dude. So if we lose power at any time, I'm gonna go load my guns and sit and wait.
Mine's already loaded.
I was just telling my neighbor, I was like, this is when all the talk of like the grid stuff and the AT&T things are freezing and all that weird shit that's been going on the last like 3 years, 4 years, like
See, and the weird part is that it's not like conspiracy theorists or anybody that I'm hearing like load up, and just like people that are like up to date with politics and what's going on, and they're just kind of like, I would supply and demand, keep yourself loaded up, get yourself from toilet paper because you don't want to be fighting for toilet paper.
I was watching this one guy who he's been pretty accurate about his stuff. I forget his name, Peter something, but he was pretty much saying expect if she gets in and some of her stuff's gonna go through, expect like food processing plants, even more of them being eliminated. The whole thing with like cutting down all the trees and stuff that Bill Gates, like all these New World Order type, info is gonna start being
implemented.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's where everybody's so up in arms with frickin' Trump, because he's putting a stop to that shit. He's just like, no, we can't privatize fucking land like that.
Yeah.
But even though his EPA stance I don't agree with, but the cabinet members that he's appointing for himself and who's got backing for him are the people that you want to have.
Yeah.
And like even like he said, I don't know if you heard the Rogan freaking interview the whole 3 hours, is that he didn't know what he was doing when he first got in there. He didn't know who to appoint. He didn't know what to do and all this kind of crap. And all of a sudden, he learned big time. And now he's like completely doing complete vet jobs on everybody.
When we were driving up here, we were talking, and like the people he's surrounding himself with, dude.
Those are the people he wants to surround himself with. Because they were former Democrats that were kicked out of the party because they opposed the way that they're thinking and the way that they're going. And it's not progressive.
It was like certain policies, things that they didn't agree with, but to have that extreme of a response, like instead of your party being like, okay, well, we're not completely on board with what you're talking about, but you've always been supportive of, instead they're like, get the fuck out.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That's like, whoa,
right?
Dude,
you want to think like him?
Yeah. Especially with Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, Tulsi.
Don't worry about it. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
Thank you,
dude. She's like, if we're doing like checking boxes, she fits the criteria.
A lot of criteria
for everything, dude.
Hotness. Smoking a smoke show inside the White. Oh, my bad. She doesn't, wrong idea.
She doesn't want to colonize anything. She doesn't want to go to war with everybody. Yeah. If they can figure out their own conflict, let them figure it out. She's that type of person. You know what I mean?
Well, she's had like 2 tours she did, right?
Yeah,
and she
was a major.
Yeah, she's been in some shit. She's seen the other side of it. And
now they always say like, men don't want to see women in office. If she ran, I would have voted for her.
Dude, I like that.
For
like
sure.
Literally because on the other side, I'm looking at her.
is,
I'm like, I kind of dig everything this lady's
bro,
saying.
when I seen that she was decorated, and she did the 2 tours.
But see, here's the problem with that is that the Democrats don't have any dirt on her, so they can't do anything to oppose her. Where she's got a lot of dirt on the freaking Democratic Party and what everybody did that's running for freaking everything.
She was whole thing. She was blackballed out of it.
Oh,
sure.
They just she opposed Hillary.
Yeah, because she demolished fucking Kamala.
Oh God.
You know what I mean?
Speechless.
They don't
She
want to
was
go back
actu-
to that, though.
She was like
Yeah.
actually eating up a bunch of people. Like, and I was like, she's doing great.
Fuck,
And then
she
all of a
was
sudden
like
it's
a
like,
hippo, bro.
nope.
She was eating through everybody in her way.
Yep.
Especially the
See,
females.
but
the
the-
females didn't stand a fucking chance.
But therein lies the problem with the Democratic Party is that they don't rely on fact. They got to deal with, well, what if this happens, or
Yeah.
what if that happens, or what if we hurt somebody's feelings?
That's what I was about to say. It's all
Feeling
with
based.
that side. I see that it's all based around feeling.
And I had, it's not working, dude.
It's not working? No. Oh, okay.
But I was talking with dudes at work who are fucking clearly left, man. And guys that I have respect for, And everything that he was sitting there saying, like, oh, well, Trump did this, Trump did that, Trump did this. I'm like, you understand that I listened to the whole 3 hours of Rogan, and I was expecting him to question freaking Trump on a lot of shit because they were pointing fingers at him for everything, And he was just like, dude, I watched all of your speeches, and that is not what you were saying at all. If you take the whole entire premise and put it all together, you'd be like, oh, well, that's what he's saying. He's putting it into a concept where he's trying to dumb it down, but he dumps it down too much. Where
Well, he even addressed it like how he speaks, like the weaving.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Oh, I like to weave stories. I like to." Yeah, well, sometimes you need to shorten that shit up and just get straight to the point, dude.
My Aunt Sally, great Aunt
because
Sally.
he even did it with Rogan, man.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking,
and
he was
Rogan
start to answer a question,
and you saw Rogan kind of get like, all right, man,
All right, bro,
focus.
Let's get
right
back
here,
to
buddy.
it.
We covered that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
No. I want to get back onto the fracking.
But isn't that kind of the businessman thing? Talk circles around somebody till they kind of confused.
And
then,
see, and that's where I was going. That's where I was going with having a conversation with the guy at work. Is that he was sitting there saying, like, he's talking about having mass deportations, and I'm like, good. They had a mass importation, fucking the whole 3 years,
and
man.
then they're talking about it's like a $13 million deportation for not even the whole part of it. So now you have to try to put that military force out there. You got to put that police force out there. All of that backing, all of that money to go try to find all of these people who are illegally here. So now you have a fucking issue because
I won't say that they're illegal immigrants.
Oh no, they're not illegal.
They're that's the vernacular I don't understand anymore. Is that like, I'm not saying immigrants. I'm not saying people that came here and want to work and do. The people that came over here are illegal.
Exactly.
They have to go through certain steps to get
legal
here.
process of becoming a citizen.
Anywhere, any country has processes.
Mm-hmm.
They just do. Why are we the ones that are like, no, we shouldn't have that? That's ridiculous. Like, why? Don't you want people to just be safe in general? Like, I'm not saying these people are all bad people, but we gotta weed them out. We gotta see
the problem
who's
is
who,
that they know that they have people on the FBI watch list in the United States right now.
Yeah.
And even though that they captured, I don't even know what, like 1,500 of them, trying to cross the border. But now we got everybody from Somalians to Chinese to Venezuelans.
You don't know who the fuck you got
Mexican.
here.
I mean, it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Well,
here,
what's funny about that? Me and Lalo were talking about it. He was telling me, I'd have to look it up. I didn't do it then, but he was saying like he was reading like statistics about like who was coming over here, and he was like, you know what was the least amount right now? Mexicans.
A lot of Venezuelans, a lot of Colombians.
They were coming over, but not nearly as much as other
Venezuelans,
because they were getting
the
paid.
Venezuelans, the Haitians. They've been coming up like crazy.
Yeah,
I have never seen as many Haitians in Illinois in my life.
Outside of Miami,
right? Like
Miami's got a lot.
Like
of
pretty soon, we'll be looking around and it'll be like a Haitian Zopound up here.
Dude, there's a lot of people coming through, man, and it's just like if you did it on a smaller level and you used your home as the United States, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you let all these people in your house?
Well, that's, I mean,
like,
how did they not?
We got locks on doors, dude. Like,
but I don't understand. I don't understand how they didn't open fire on the southern border when they crashed the gates. That's a blatant attack on our border.
Orders. Somebody told them not to do anything.
Absolutely. I was just about to say that.
Right. There
And
there are
that's-
orders. It's like, what the fuck?
That's messed up.
But
And
you
then,
know who's
like,
in charge of that?
Oh yeah.
We know. Borders are.
No, everybody's fine. Don't worry.
She just has to be woke.
Don't worry. You know, hey, I come
just
from a
like,
middle
dude.
class. I come from a middle class family. My mom, yeah, like,
You know how she never talks about like she'll mention like her Indian background, but like that's what she was like raised as. Like more so than anything else. Like she wore the what is it
Hijab.
called?
The
Yeah.
burqa or whatever.
Yeah.
She had a hijab.
And she did all that. You know, why aren't you proud and like talking about that more?
But then when she met old
Because
girl,
it's not hitting certain
when she met up with old girl, the Indian actor, the little chubby cute one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're Indian, yeah. Then all of a sudden they're like they're sharing, you know, curry recipes with each other. I don't know too many black people that have curry recipes unless you're African,
dude, bro. And then when she goes into a black neighborhood, there's nothing about her Indian side,
no,
at all. She's washing collard greens in the sink or in the bathtub or some shit.
So I want to know this: how many Indians do you know that was just like, hey, I got buttered chicken and collard greens today?
Probably not a bad dish.
Hey, might be fire,
dude. I would try it.
Mixed together might be a great mixture.
Did we just discover something?
I think so. Hey,
Oh shit.
hey,
Put it out.
Anybody still at? Listen, we on. Hey,
Yep.
but you've never heard of a butter chicken collard green.
Well, you know what? That one video you sent me, that was like a good like eye-opening thing. They had a bunch of black women sitting around talking, and like the shit that they were saying, like why they're not voting for her and like why she's not. Bro, there's no connection. They don't feel like how she's talking about.
She's
I relate to.
She's like pandering to them.
Nah, bitch.
Yeah.
You don't. Yes, pandering.
That's the best word for it.
Yeah, she's pandering to them, and they're picking up on it because people know when people are false. You know what I mean? You can tell when they're putting on a show, and you're like, all right, you're just full of shit.
And I think when it's getting closer to home, when you have a script in front of you and you're on TV and you know social media, and that's the only times they see you, that's different. You can kind of manipulate what you're gonna say but when you're there live with somebody, when she's doing these little drop-bys and stuff, dude, they're like, she can't form a sentence. Like, what is this chick talking about?
Right, dude. And
she's nothing like us. Like,
no.
Yeah.
And then we also got to think about it like this from a real black person's perspective. A real black person's perspective, like black people most likely try to marry within their own race. Like, not trying to be funny. Like, because I know a lot of white people who like, I want a purebred white baby. Okay, that's understandable.
It's your bloodlines. It's whatever you.
It's pure. It's a purity of bloodline. But most black women that are AKAs, they got black men as their husband. Most people who stepped in that fraternity, they have black men as their husband. She has nothing that screams, I'm black.
No.
Well, no, her husband's white, right?
As fuck.
Yeah.
But the thing, but see here, and people really are biting on this fucking show. She's gonna tax the super rich and this, that, and the. I'm like, do you understand who
She's
her
not
husband
gonna
is, right?
No.
I mean,
Look at who her donators are.
Right, and plus her top 5 stockholder in BlackRock.
That was one of the questions on the
Right,
ballot.
that's her husband's.
Are you willing to tax, what is it, 3% on every $1 million?
Yeah.
Something
No.
like that. I don't know what the fuck
I said no.
I was like, she's crazy.
Why are we trying to tax the rich when we need more Americanized? What's the name? I honestly like the what is it, tariffs?
Yeah.
I like the tariff idea. If you're gonna if you want to import
but they
Hennessy over here, that's cool.
But
we gonna charge you more.
They don't look at the knowledge of it. See, that was the fight, and another part of the conversation I had with the dude at work is that he's going to tariff the shit out of everything. I'm like, so what? He's tariffing stuff that's on an import, and he's trying to bring everything back home and trying to give everybody back jobs and all this kind of shit.
So those fucking cotton gins that you got down south that you're still working, those cotton fields, because we still got cotton fields here. Let's not act like we don't. We got cotton fields here, and those cotton fields that we got ginning and people still working in. Guess what? At the end of the day, we can still make our own shirts.
Yep.
And you want to know what else it's gonna do? It's gonna teach little girls to learn how to embroider and make clothes again. Yeah. Little boys gonna start learning how to be shoe. What do they call shoe guys? I forgot the people who make shoes.
Even the leather business, man. I mean, how can you tell me that a freaking American cow is so much different than an Italian cow?
No different.
You know what I mean? It's just how it's processed.
The propaganda that's been going on with, like beef and like what we're consuming, what we can make and stuff is crazy.
Oh, I know.
It's crazy. Like they're straight up saying like, dude. So
there's levels of consumption.
I've read into like some of the cow stuff that they're talking about with the climate and this and that. Do you know that they like cows fart like twice a year or something? I'm dead serious. They burp more than how their digestive system is. The gas comes from their mouth and not their ass.
Well, so the methane gas is the buildup from their shit.
Yeah, but like so like their argument of, oh well, you know, they fart all the time and they're destroying them.
Come on, yeah.
What are you doing?
That's bullshit.
Come on, man.
That's horseshit.
And like, and then that tags along with like the crops and this and that. Like, why aren't we using hemp for? It's a cheaper resource. It can grow all around the U.S. Why aren't we using that for paper and stuff like that?
And it would attribute to every freaking
oils. I mean, we used to have it. Yeah. Wasn't the Constitution written on it or something like that? I'm pretty sure.
I think the Constitution was written on hemp.
But the cotton people wanted money.
Not so much cotton people, the forest people.
The forest people. Yeah.
And like the same thing with certain foods that were like why grains and shit are on the top and you know meats at the bottom or however the fuck it goes in the pyramid. Yeah. They wanted that to be sold, so they focused on that, and then they demonized other things. And it's
beef
like,
was cheap back in the day. It was only like 15 cents a pound back in the day.
I would have so much beef.
You know what I mean?
I would have so much.
I'm still trying to buy a quarter cow.
Yeah, let's go.
You got to go out west. You got to go out west.
I don't give a fuck.
You got to go to Genoa.
There was a sign. There was that one sign. Remember, we were driving around and we seen it. We should have just called.
We should have called.
But see, watch out for the butchers around here. You want to go out west because they're marketized freaking shit, so they get them shipped in.
So they have to do shit too.
Yeah. If you go out west, they got freaking like contracts with local farms, and you know what they're feeding them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that way you know. So that's where we get our meat up, like from up north. They get it from an Amish farm, so you know they're not.
That's what I really want to mess with.
They're not putting any freaking.
We'll look into it.
You know, pesticides and shit.
Go out there.
The Amish people is weird. I don't know why I'm passing it to you anyways. You were just close to me. Did you guys see that? Speaking of Amish people.
Oh, the rally.
That was awesome. With the Trump and all that shit.
Bro,
the flags
horse and carriage with Trump flags hanging. And they rarely ever hang flags. So,
dude, and then they said that the entire Amish community is voting for Trump.
Now that should tell you something. Dude, the Amish community who don't mess with nobody, they do their own thing. They don't ask for shit. Like, leave us alone, and we'll leave you alone.
But they're voting for Trump because they don't want to get taxed anymore on their land or anything.
Oh, like absolutely.
It's making it hard for them to make money to support themselves.
Bro, you fucking up my butter prices. I love Amish butter and eggs. Well, like that shit is $7. That's expensive.
Well, they're I forget where they're out of, but they have like this huge company that makes fireplaces. Have you ever seen these? The Amish fireplaces?
No.
Yeah, dude, they do it all themselves, and it's a big company.
I don't doubt it. Because I have a trailer that I did when I had my own freaking patio company. Dude, my trailer is Amish made, and that thing's solid as fuck.
Fucking rock. Yep. So, Dave, I don't know if you remember, and this is off topic. When me and you first got cool, I told you I had like a electric fireplace, and I was like, they sent me the shit. It was supposed to be for my entertainment system, but the shit had. Like, it was broke all in the inside. So I was supposed to send all the shit back. But, black people, people, period. We just rip fucking boxes, just
Dude, I got so many things.
So I never was able to return the electric fireplace. I still got it. You can take it and build on it and put it in here somewhere. Because I'm not going to do shit with it.
I got no use for it.
Electric fireplace? It's gonna look good on the show.
No, because I got rid of one before.
Oh, okay. Hey,
it was worth a shot.
it was definitely worth a shot.
Now you just
Because I had one. I had a nice long one before, and I actually kicked out heat and all that kind of shit.
Because this one do too.
It's meh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I think if Trump gets in, it's like what's it called?
But there's going to be a lot of stoppers.
I don't think it's like a win-win because I feel like shit's going to get dark.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
it's like Alex Jones was saying. I was listening to him before you guys came in today, and he was saying he's like, it's if he gets inaugurated, like, and he becomes president-elect, that's just winning the battle. That's not winning the war yet. He actually has to get into office. Yeah. You know, Congress has to go through all their bullshit and fucking the Electoral College and blah, 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 blah. You know, make sure everything's kosher. But that's where they're going to run in the hiccups.
Yeah. And I think when that's happening, you're going to get a lot of outside distraction.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where, like, what I've been saying with certain violent acts, certain things happening in other countries as well. Like
celebrity bullshit.
Yes. A lot of stuff's going to be, don't look at this because this is... Everything else is going to be popping.
Oh, look at who's on the PW
But
list.
listen,
because the powers that be, just because these people are leaving office, that's not the people running the show.
No,
you know what I mean.
No.
They're working it and they're doing stuff, but don't get it twisted. There's still the higher powers that are not going to let this fucking happen.
a lot of things have tied back with Kamala's name and Diddy per se.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, she's tied to him.
What if she's only trying to get in office so that she can clear her name? Because if it gets out there that she's part of these fucking Diddy parties and fucking doing drugs and popping pills and drugging babies on the back lawn of Diddy's, then hey,
no, thank you.
Hey, you know what I heard? This is off subject again, but so I was talking to my buddy couple days ago, and he thinks Ghislaine Maxwell, whatever her name is rolling right now, and that's why we're seeing all these people.
Did you see that?
I'm like, that makes a lot of sense.
Did you see that there was a picture posted of her with a friend out on like some beach somewhere? Fucking
recently?
like lounging.
I thought she was in jail.
That's what I thought too.
What the fuck? Oh no, I didn't see that, but
she was like lounging on some fucking beach lounger, fucking in some bikini with a friend of hers. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I hope that's an old picture.
Yeah, if that's real now, because I'm pretty sure the last thing I read, she's still locked up.
She's doing like 30 years or something.
But
right?
Nobody talks about her anymore.
No,
but all these other people that have similar acts that are happening to them, like they're all getting popped. I wonder if she threw it out there and then it just started spreading. Like my buddy was saying, I was like, that kind of makes sense, dude. If she's rolling on people and just giving out names and being like, look into Diddy. I'm not going to reveal it. Just look into Diddy.
It's possible.
I mean,
hey, and then once she do that, all she got to do is come back and be like, you found something?
Yep.
Which how many years y'all taking off of that? I didn't snitch, but I gave you a bone.
And then, you're going to take off 2 years, say. All right, cool. Okay. In 6 months, I'll give you another name. Let's take off 3 this time around. Bro, like when we were talking about it, I'm like, that's pretty fucking.
If I give you a sense,
even with the Epstein list, man, I mean, you don't hear about anything going on with the names on that list
because maybe she's revealing it. What if there's no physical list? What if she is the list? What if she has maybe there is a physical one somewhere, but what if she's the information? And
they call her the list because they don't want everybody to know that she's
she
a snitch.
Knows everything, and she's just slowly
putting it out. Take a look at this guy. Take a look at this guy.
Yep.
And slowly clearing her name.
Yep.
And the people that are running the shit right now, they're probably involved, so they're like, all right, we'll work with you. We'll do this and that. You know? Hey, man. I heard it. I was like, that actually kind of makes sense.
A lot of shit makes sense because it's a lot of dirty shit that goes on behind the doors.
Dude, I'm just surprised if she's not in jail. How is she not dead with all the people that she's got?
Oh well, I mean, bro, you can get put in solitary, and solitary is
he means if she's out.
Yeah, even if she's out.
I bet you that was a old picture because I
sure hope
just
so.
Read something about
she's got a lot of dirt on a lot of people, man, and then a lot of powerful people too.
I'm surprised those powerful people didn't get her whacked in prison.
Hey, but don't be surprised.
I mean, they did it with her.
That's another thing with Diddy is I don't believe that he's in that Brooklyn jail. I mean, give me a fucking break. If he's in that Brooklyn jail, he's shamed.
Hell no. Diddy out there eating steak. Bro, they got him locked up on
Martha Stewart type shit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's by himself. He's probably got 3 cells that are open for him to walk around in and shit. Like they do that. They do that with
Bro,
people.
he probably not even in the cell. He probably in the house that's surrounded with a couple police officers. He in like a motherfucking basement.
Or
this,
like a
locked
fully
in.
furnished basement like
Yep.
this
Maybe,
on
yeah.
lockdown. He's got an old
Who
kitchen
knows,
and
man?
shit.
Who knows,
Dude.
Yeah, it's bad in here.
Dude, but so I'm like, I was even talking with the neighbors. We were out drinking this past weekend, man. I was like, dude, I just have this urging impression that I have to freaking carry my gun to feel safe.
right?
You better.
It's
You know
weird.
what I mean?
It's weird. Like yeah. I mean, I don't even like the way that
I'm good, dude.
I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like being like, oh my god, this is gonna happen. Like, but you got to think about this shit now. From just the things that we've seen in the past involving these two parties and this one particular guy. That's my other thing that I'm like, just like mind boggled. Like, why do people think that he is going to be the end of the world?
Right.
Not even like just crumbling art. Like, they think he is the Antichrist. Like, do I think he's a piece of shit every now and then? Yeah. Does he say dumb shit? Is he a dude?
Of course.
He's a fucking human.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, so why are we going so hard in the paint about this dude? Like, what? Like, they didn't even get this deep with like Nixon and shit. Like,
Well, because he's not a politician.
That's what it is, a businessman.
He's a businessman.
exactly.
And
like,
because he abuses the system like a businessman should, and he regains the losses that he does get, he does have with his companies, they shame him for it.
no.
Because he even openly admits that he uses the system that
yeah,
they
he
have
finds
to set in
loopholes.
front of him. Yeah.
He pays a bunch of people to read contracts that are really good at their fucking job.
Exactly.
And once they find one little opening to get him more money or to get him out of something, they're like, yep, that's where
that's
we're
it.
going with it. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
If it's there written in stone and you find a way through it,
Hey,
good job, man.
See,
like the person that wrote it, I would be like, hey, good job. You caught me.
Hey, guess
you know
what?
I fucked up.
CEO, guess what we got to go do? We got to go rewrite this shit.
Yep. And that's why contracts get renewed and or go through again because
Yep.
people do find shit.
Yeah. See, and that's what the whole gripe was with the Democrat at work, is that he was just like, he just doesn't give a shit about anybody's feelings or anything like that. And I'm just like, you know what? That's a good thing, because when you're a leader of masses, your decisions are not going to be popular for the most.
No.
So you have to freaking not care about feelings, because feelings are freaking singular. They're very biased.
Yeah.
So you cannot involve an individual's feelings when it comes to dealing
And
with the
they
masses.
come and go.
Yep.
And he's just trying to make America profitable again. And he even said it while he was on the freaking Rogan show, is that he was trying to reduce the deficit, and they had it like halfway reduced until COVID hit. And then all of a sudden they had to fork out all that money for the businesses to stay afloat, because they had to freaking lay off all their employees. You know what I mean? So that's where the deficit went freaking skyrocketing again. So it was kind of like a fuck you here.
But
it
the
is.
crazy part is, who was the one who put Dr. Fauci out there to say, we need to stop this?
Dude, he's a shyster, man. He's a
we
fucking sham.
we know this,
He's a piece of shit.
but he was helping Democratic people, though.
Yeah,
he's
been bouncing
not a
back
doctor.
and forth. I lump him in with the Bill Gates and the
Yes.
the people that
Yes.
they see a dollar sign somewhere and they're like, oh, I can fucking do that.
See,
Yeah,
but
put me out there. Like,
I don't see him as a doctor of medicine. He's a scientist. He's not a medical doctor.
yeah.
Can President
You know what I mean?
Can President Trump like get rid of the fat people that we got in the health department? Like,
That's what he wants Robert RFK to do.
Yeah.
bro, like
Dude.
he has to, bro. Get all them fat ass
Kennedy?
people out.
He's
Kennedy.
my guy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I love him.
He's a smart dude. He's got some good fucking ideas.
Dude, his entire family's role was to keep America fit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
if we have a fit country, there's no way that
Bro, they say his
countries
bro-
would want-
Kennedy
uncle?
when he was in, he like set every school program up to like
Yeah.
mirror like
physical education.
but like mirror like military
Yeah.
training, like
Oh, yeah.
how they did the monkey bars, pull ups, all these different things.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that was the daily
procedure.
thing. Yeah, that was
Yep.
the daily thing back in this, like, what was it, 60s or something?
Yeah, 60s. It was 50s.
Shit, honestly,
late
it's part of
50s.
the.
And you
it's-
see pictures, there's no fat people.
It's part, but you want to know what's crazy?
It was working,
and they're all happy and smiling.
It's part of your physical. It's part of your physical, your physical plan.
Yeah,
like you have to be able to do this many, like by the end of the school year. So that's basically in PE, gym, health.
Oh yeah.
All of these sports that they got you doing is supposed to build you up for towards the end of the year, and at the end of the year, you're supposed to be able to do like
well,
knock
also,
out the criteria.
Plus, when you're in that age and stage in life, man, you need to learn what your body can and can't do. So they give you multiple things, so that way your body and your mind can figure out coordination as you're progressing in age. Yep. You know what I mean? So by taking that away from kids, and that's what they're doing, is just brainwashing them with all this fucking phones and the video games and the fucking.
Well, now I see like over by whatchamacallit, the school, you'll see these kids like running the track. It's like, dude, they're walking, looking at their phones, and the teacher's just like, "Good job, guys." They're not doing anything.
But you want to know why? Because it's
high five.
It literally says,
yeah, right.
It says stuff like you can't really push kids too hard.
Yeah,
because certain kids have asthma, or ADD, or certain things like that. So you can't push certain kids.
Well, plus you can't discipline them anymore either. So you're stuck in the middle. You can't even teach the kid, so that way they can even understand your angle of how you're trying to teach them what they're doing. And instead, they just rather turn around and attack you and say, "You just don't get me," just like, all right, well, whatever.
You don't get yourself.
Well, that's a big thing too. Like the minute, like I'm talking about kids. The minute you say something to them, they're now smart enough and like have the knowledge at the tip of their fingers to be like, well, I can just call somebody on that because you're being abusive. And then all of a sudden that teacher's like, whoa, wait a minute. I was just telling you to run a little faster.
Right.
Like, I didn't mean for it to be.
But that's
like
where
you
rights
could lose
go
your
out the
job,
door.
a bunch of things.
You gotta be smooth with what you say to me.
See, I like to go back to the days where I grew up, where your parents pretty much took the teacher's word for it before they took your word for it. And then you get your ass whooped on the way home.
Holy fucking moly.
There's no argument with the teachers. It's like, your son did this in class, this, that, and the other. He's the freaking role of authority. You should be able to trust that role of authority.
And see, that's the problem now, though, too. Like, you
nobody,
can't trust it.
Yeah, nobody trusts it.
I don't know what this guy is. Is he there to
half
collect
of them are
check?
pedophiles and shit.
Is he there to collect a
You
check?
want to know
Does he
when I
give a
knew
shit
that
at
these
all?
kids were going to be soft?
Huh.
When in gym class, they didn't have to climb that damn rope and get that splinter.
Oh, dude, the rope was rough.
Bro, the rope was rough. When you had the
back in
rings,
day.
the teacher bring out the balance beam and the parallel bars.
Oh hell yeah!
Like
Well,
kids don't know, bro. Literally, well, I don't know if everybody's school did, but my school, Disney, man, we had to climb the rope, and he had a measurement as to where we had to be by a certain age.
Oh,
so
yeah.
8th grade, we supposed to be
all the way up, baby.
all the way up to touching the ceiling and
Dude,
coming back down.
We would do the rope, and then we would come down and do the pegs.
Oh hell
You
yeah!
know what I'm talking
Hell
about?
yeah.
Dude, jacked.
Where's the
My
pegboard
arms
now,
were
dude?
huge when we
Hell
were doing
yeah,
that.
dude, and your lats
Yeah.
and shit, because you're just holding.
Yeah, you're
yourself.
holding yourself, and you learn that like you can't, like in the beginning you're trying to brace with your legs and you're
shit.
slipping off the wall. But
and you
like,
gotta realize you gotta relax
tighten
yourself.
up
Yep.
and keep going.
Yeah.
Relax the bottom and tighten up on the top. Yeah.
And then the rope is like kind of the opposite. Let your arms go, tighten up your feet. You know what I mean? Like you're
Right.
getting the up and down. Like, nah, man, but it's like they don't do it full circle. Kennedy, like, yes, dude, he's gonna want to implement health stuff,
Yeah.
food, physical activity.
He's
Dude's
already
jacked. He's like 65. And
Yeah,
ripped.
he's already putting videos out there, like freaking how people work out correctly.
Yeah,
and
you
how
guys
to
need to
freaking-
get like me.
so you don't get hurt. That's the shame, dude. Is I wish the guy could like speak, and then,
But
Honestly, I love his fucking voice.
Hey, dude,
bro.
in this
it brings-
sympathetic time, this
I love
era,
that
that
shit.
should be more of an opening to be like, this is a guy going through something because he still has.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he's fighting through it. You know what I mean? Make the whole story of him. But instead they're like, nah, fuck this guy. You're out. You know what I
You're
mean?
a
Like,
Kennedy.
yeah, like get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And then to be like, after that, this is what I got into it with. Not got into it, but I was talking to the teacher about it, and he hated Kennedy. Like he was talking, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, I think it's fucked up that they won't give him Secret Service. Why he has to be this and blah blah blah. Starts going through. I'm like, Because his family was whacked, bro. Like, there was like 6 of these dudes that were murdered or something. Like, maybe that should just give him a little pass. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe
something.
Like,
maybe at least a 2-man crew.
Yeah,
you know, something.
Give him 5 dudes to, you know, half the day or something. I don't know.
Whatever.
Break it up a little bit.
You know what I'm
like,
saying? He give a total of 5, you know, 5 2.5 dudes.
Yeah.
One dude who ain't paying attention.
Yeah,
But
some
my
part-time
whole
dudes.
thing, my whole thing with the Democrats is, where was this entire shift?
When did it happen?
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was interesting when, did you watch the Vance Joe Rogan? When JD Vance was on there?
No.
That's really good, dude.
I still haven't
like,
watched
really?
it.
Bro,
I watched the following one.
That was really
Hey, listen. It took me a long time to finish watching the Trump one, man.
Bro,
it was long.
I rolled.
I don't have the time that I used to have no more.
Now I just put it on in the morning. It just rolls.
Bro, but like that's what I miss.
Because it went from the Democrats went from this real dark fucking like slavery's good. We only want the white man to prosper, and we want it to be the landowners and prevailing wage, blah 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 blah. You know, to this whole fucking correction and shift with the hippie movement in the 60s and 70s, and then what happened to that? Now it's just like this total overcorrection. We're controlling
technology.
everything.
I think technology was a big game changer for their side, because then they became big tech, big pharma. You know what I mean?
But they're no longer the race for free speech anymore. They're no longer the party for the people. They want to control everything.
Because they found that if with all the big tech stuff, like, because they're huge and all, it was all a bunch of like nerdy dudes that were all Democrats that started making like Silicon Valley?
Silicon Valley?
Yeah, like all that stuff were those type of people. And then once they opened that door, they're like, no one's ever gonna make fun of me again. Well, no, I mean, I'm dead serious. They were like, after that point, they're like, nope, we got to start weeding out the people that don't agree with us, because they had their little in. And I think that's where a big portion of the mind or the control came from.
See, but that was all West Coast, and everything that came out of California, I feel like the whole country was just like, oh, here we go, it's California, you know, just like.
But then once we needed it, once people needed those things in their pockets every single day, that was a game changer for them, dude.
That was the game changer. Because I mean, everybody just like, what would you do if your cell phone went down? I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I read a fucking book.
Yeah, right, dude. But I can
get a
read
fucking hanger, put it in the back of my TV, and watch local channels.
But I can figure out what direction I'm going. I know
Yeah.
what come on, people. It's just like, you don't have to freak out if you're losing this.
It's the best and worst thing ever. Yeah. It is. It's awesome, amazing technology we have. I mean, shit, you can talk to people in fucking China. You can, do whatever you want on these things. But the downside is, you're fucking numb. You're dumb with everything. You don't have to know your wife's actual phone number anymore.
Right, and that's where I was going.
You know what I mean? You don't have to. Like,
right, and that's where I was going. Is just like, this is supposed to be like a source of information.
And now it's a crutch.
Why is everybody so fucking stupid? Because they rely on this to answer everything.
Dude, I was reading a thing that they were saying that I was gonna say look it up, but something along the lines of they want to take away or eliminate like certain subjects in school, like math and stuff, because you have a calculator with you all the time, or something along those lines. That like, well, why are we going to teach this when it's so accessible for you to know it instantly?
So you have a calculator, but you have to know how to apply that formula to the calculator.
True. You ready for this? So we got those little tests, right? That we got to do every year. So I get a message and it's like, hey, you got to have this done by Halloween, or
is yours the same as ours?
The Halloween and then the 31st one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, same exact stuff. So I was going through and I'm like, man, so I'm taking the test. I'm jumping straight to the test. And I failed the first one. And like, what's the name of the second one? I'm like, all right. I'm like, it got to be an easier way. So I'm on my computer. I use my phone, snap it off of Google. Answers. Literally, I mean, direct answer, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, go to Google, hit where that camera's at, take a picture of it, put it into exactly what the answer and the question is. That's all you need.
And it just pops up?
It's going to pop up. It's going to be like analyze it,
It'll
analyze it.
it'll
Blah,
probably
blah, blah, blah,
circle
blah.
it for you.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a B, you know.
No, it'll be like, it'll pop. No, literally, this is what it said. It was like, the answer is A, and then at the bottom,
then Y.
it'll be like,
Or-
because so-and-so, 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 because Johnny bit Charlie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That it'll say that. Literally. But sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I jumped the gun and didn't read all the way through, which I mean most people don't. When they see, oh, there you go, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But I did, and it was like B is the correct answer. But if I had opened it up, it was like, but the correct answer for this question is all of the above, blah 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 blah. So
it was a multiple choice. Like you could answer that because it would still be correct, but the actual
but
answer is
exactly.
That's fucked up. And you could probably do that with any test, high school test, college, any of that shit.
You can.
So,
Well, see, that's the thing is that all you do is you ask Google what the question is that you're being faced with on the test, and it'll tell you the answer.
so it's eliminating our problem solving.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm finding that out with the younger youth. You ask them to just like simply fucking put air in a tire, like a bike tire.
Mm-hmm.
They can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, how does this how does this fit on there? I don't get it.
The funny one to me always is watching them work a rotary phone.
Oh, dude, did you see that video? Oh my god, I wish this thing was working so we could look at it.
How do I
They're just like, it's 7, right? So we go from 07
Yeah.
7.
But then they can like make a video game, be a programmer, and
Right.
Be, like
Right.
super on it. Like it's weird. Like my 2-year-old can grab my phone and literally navigate through everything. I'm like, how the fuck do you know how to do this? Like
my
Yeah.
2-year-old
that's
grab
crazy.
my
And
phone?
it's just little watching people do stuff, and they're like
Yeah.
sponges. But instead of learning like
Give them Legos.
yeah. I used to have Lincoln Logs.
Yeah.
That was the shit back
or
in the day.
constructs. Remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
now I had
That was the
construct.
metal, right?
No.
No,
They
what
were
were
the plastic
Plastic
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
What was the metal ones?
I
You could
had
make
that
like
too.
cranes.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff.
had that
Those were
too.
Cool.
Yeah, I wasn't that advanced.
Oh, no, that
dude,
was
it took,
old
it took
school.
me years. I got it when I was 6. I built it when I was 12. You know
Dude,
what I'm saying?
but how far did you get though? Like really with that freaking metal house? We built like a metal house. We didn't get as far as the crane.
Dude,
we got like the windmill.
me and my
thing.
dad were doing the crane, and I was getting so pissed. I was like, "Fuck this thing! I'm done.
How come it's not staying together?
It beat me. I'm over this."
Me and my pops, we used to do the
Yeah,
we used to
pretty
do
much.
the cars,
Yeah.
but we started getting smart with it, and we will order the real wheels so that it rolled and not get the
nice.
plastic.
So, yeah,
you know,
so it was stuck.
yeah, bro. So we would get real wheels and just roll them,
Nice.
bro. It was honestly that shit was fun.
Dude,
Making the
me and my
cars?
dad,
Yeah.
we did the model of a Panzer tank and a Tiger tank. Those things
Okay.
were fucking dope back in the day.
Okay.
Because like it's not like how like now it's like the snap-on.
Yeah.
Back then it was like the glue, like you had to wait and shit. It was cool, cool stuff. But yeah, like kids don't do that shit.
No.
really anymore.
No, and that's-
they're playing games,
And that's where I feel bad for them when it comes to like the drugs.
Mhm.
For them, for them in this drug era, it's the fentanyl. That's fucking
Yeah.
dangerous
Yeah,
shit.
that's rough.
Man. See, it's just like where it was different for us. It was mushrooms and LSD, and then if coke was around, people would do blow. It wasn't like an everyday thing with that. But acid and freaking mushrooms, on the other hand, we were expanding our mind, man. Everybody was freaking into the freaking.
It's honestly not bad.
No, well, it is to a point.
Shrooms ain't bad.
When it comes to LSD, you have to be in a certain.
I was
frame
about to
of
say
mind.
acid's different than
because
something natural,
it
like
tweaks
shrooms
you.
and
Hold on,
stuff,
listen-
like
listen, brothers.
peyote caps,
Y'all,
stuff like
y'all
that.
talking way beyond what my measures. I'm only weed, and I try shrooms, and I fuck with the shrooms.
No, I'm saying because it's like people make acid, like
I
it's
know.
not natural.
I know.
So like
We'll see,
that
but
could fuck you up pretty fast.
it depends.
People don't make
Like if you
shrooms,
get
so
it
I'm
pure,
cool with it.
if you get pure acid, like we did back in the day with no fucking strychnine in it, okay? There was, what the fuck? There was another chemical. I can't remember the chemicals in it, but my hookup back in the day, because I used to sell this fucking shit, and his cousin was going to NIU for chemistry, and he would make books of acid.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude, books, and pure. It was wonderful. But yeah, that was my drug of choice. You know, from when I was 16. My mom never. She found out that I had weed, but she didn't know that I dealt weed.
Yeah.
But she didn't know about the acid because she figured that she'd fucking get kicked out. But I had so much acid, and we were all on Jim Morrison. It was like the
Doors.
Yeah, the Doors movie was out, and it was like a real big rave, and Days of Confused and everything came out. So it's just like all about like really focusing in on expanding your mind on where you are and what the world should be, you know, and what we are as humans to each other and everything else. It's just like figuring shit out.
Well, go on.
The drugs today, it's like the exact reverse. It's like secluding them, building walls and putting them into their corner and everything.
Yeah.
It's just
like the Rogan show with JD Vance, he talks about psilocybin and DMT and stuff, and how it's having like huge positive effects with veterans that like are and they're not just, I mean, he was talking about that, but like also just people that have dealt with traumas in their lives, like either somebody dying, car accident, something that, you know, really affected them.
Yeah, something that haunts them.
Yeah, they're able to take this and like during their experience, they battle it out and they come back and they're not alcoholics anymore. And they don't think about this. And it's like, why would we not fucking have this regulated and prescribed to people that
They're
actually
smoking that peyote.
Well, with psilocybin, if you do too much of it, it can get a little out of control.
That's
but
what I mean.
That's
like,
where you got to be with people.
Yeah, if you regulate it and you have a shaman to
Microdose.
walk you through the
if you
forest,
if you microdose it, you know what I mean? If you get like a little dime bag's worth of freaking mushrooms, you crush it up and you make a tea out of it. It's gonna be like almost eating an edible.
Dude,
you know that feeling about eating an edible?
The road trip.
Nah.
You can order it online. Road trips. Whoo! This guy was on the moon for a couple days.
Shit, bro. Don't get the blueberry ones. Get the green apples.
Blueberry ones taste
shitty. Those
the orange ones were
those the
orange were. I grabbed some orange ones. They were
those
good.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a gummy mushroom, and it's like
get the fuck out of
dude.
here.
And you can order them online.
Dude, I still got some upstairs.
This is gonna get weird, guys. No, but like yeah, microdose. But like when you have something that can actually be positive, like why is it such a fucking headache to try to get this to help people?
Well, look at marijuana and the discrepancy.
And it's still
with
not
that.
federal.
No,
still to this day,
because
if somebody wanted to, that shop on North Avenue, if the feds wanted to, shut down tomorrow. Yep. Done with.
Right.
And raided, throw all their shit around.
But see that class schedule for that shit from the federal, that's a bogus fucking class schedule. If you look at it, I'm like, come on, man. I mean,
but why did they make it that schedule to begin with?
Because it's the war on drugs.
Yeah, that was all. What's her name, right?
No, that was Reagan and Nixon.
Reagan's wife, though.
No,
she was like
Nancy.
a big,
she was say no to drugs.
Yeah,
man.
that was
say
her,
no to drugs.
That was literally like her thing. Like she ran that whole campaign.
Yeah, she created that shit.
Yep.
And it was a fucking bogus campaign too.
While Reagan was fucking sniffing coke in the back. Yes, say no to drugs.
but that DARE program didn't do shit but educate people on the drugs that are out there.
Yeah.
I just remember getting a spider drunk. Do you remember that? They took a spider, they had it in a jar, and they dropped like vodka on its back because that's where they absorb like all the whatever. And then he let him out, and there was 2 lines, and this thing was walking normal, and then all of a sudden, oh shit! And I'm like, he's fucked up. This is crazy. Yeah, that's all I got out of it, really. And then just
they didn't
say
do
no.
that for us. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it was wild.
Yeah.
I think today that's animal cruelty.
Probably, but bugs aren't animals. Spiders aren't animals. That's how they think about it.
They're a precious source to our ecosystem.
Yeah.
Unless you do it.
Yeah.
Because you look like one of those fucking pickup truck driving motherfuckers.
Stop.
Does,
Got that Trump flag flying, just flapping.
Crazy part, he does not drive a fucking pickup
I
truck.
don't. I drive a piece of shit, but it gets
We
me
all
around.
do.
It gets me around. I hate that too. I hate the whole thing of oh, he has a beard, he has to be voting for this guy. Or,
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? Like, come on, dude. So now we're just like,
You got a beard,
we're
you
just
must be dirty.
Profiling's bad, but yet we profile. Like,
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I mean? Like, don't profile anybody except I can profile you because you look like a piece of shit. And it's like, what the fuck? I'll shave my beard. I'm sorry. It's true, though.
You're a dirty white hillbilly with that beard.
Oh,
Where's your
dude,
overalls?
When people fucking see me, they're like, this guy, like, exactly what you said. And then they're like, what do you listen to? And I'm like, hip hop. They're like, what the fuck?
What the? Who?
Yeah. I'm like, sorry to disappoint.
Yeah, right. That's why people are like, you know, they hear me listening to like heavy metal,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden the very next play will be like Dre or something.
Oh,
Snoop,
dude, I'm all over the board on my videos and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm listening to like Metallica, then I'm listening to Drake, then I'm listening. Well,
all of a sudden
like
Patsy
Drake.
Cline will come on.
Yeah.
Drake.
Drake.
Ew.
Fucking what's his name? Who said that?
Soldier.
Soldier Boy. Yeah. Took his name and everything. Drake did. Stole that dude's life. Yeah, man. Going back to your original question, so what are your guys' thoughts on who, like, if she gets in, how do you think it pans out throughout 4 years? Like, you don't got to get into detail, but like, what do you think the grand scheme? Because I'm still trying to figure out, like,
Go ahead.
why people were let in and why that. Like, what do you think
You
the
wanna
outcome
start it?
is? Go ahead.
You want me to start it?
Sure.
Okay.
You guys could do it as like a tag team. Like, I'm sure we kind of.
Did you watch last week's?
What?
Did you watch our last episode? The one
Yeah.
that you missed? Did you see our fucking
The
skit?
the skit back.
You didn't see the skit?
Did I not? I don't know.
Bro,
Dude, if he could do a good Trump impersonation, that'd be great.
bro,
dude.
we had a skit go.
Who was who? Who was what?
I was Biden, he was Obama.
Nice. That's awesome. Nice.
It's Barack.
I gotta watch it again because I missed that.
It's like I know it's towards like the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
me and him, we were like fucking wilding out. Joe, you hear me? Joe.
It's Barack, the Rock.
Bro.
I'm a big fan.
That's awesome.
Shit.
So how do you see it going?
So Kamala la 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 comes in.
Oh jeez.
All right,
save
real
us.
shit. So if she was to get in, I think everything goes smooth starting off because of the simple fact that they got with the person that they wanted. I don't think Republicans are going. We're going to have some that are going to be like, he should have been in.
Yeah.
Like, of course, it's
Yeah,
all.
you got radicals everywhere,
bro. It's always bad eggs. You know.
But
So
and go ahead.
so she's going to get in. Everything's going to be smooth. But the crazy part is, while she's trying to play Captain Save a Hoe in fucking Russia, we're going to get hit somewhere, or something's going to happen, or it's going to be something that really happens. And now you're going to have to say, fuck your war. I got my own war. And it's going to be bad on her. If I was her right now, honestly, I wouldn't want to be president because the shit that's about to go down, she's not going to be able to handle. And if motherfuckers are as crazy as they say as she's saying that they are, it'll be an attempt possibly on her within time.
Possibly.
Possibly.
I could see something.
I hope that it wouldn't happen. But
See, I can see another January 6th happening. People storming the freaking Capitol again.
with her in it,
Probably.
I don't see that happening again because I think that was a part of.
But I also
Their
think.
You know what I mean? I think.
But that's where I think that Alex Jones's prophecy and what he says is like they're going to impose things, and then they're going to do this, they're going to do
it's gonna
that,
flip
and then they're
around,
going to freaking tell everybody it's the Trumps.
Yeah.
They're going to impose martial law, and she's even on video saying
Oh yeah,
that
she's
regardless if you have locked doors or whatever, it doesn't mean that you're being safe with your gun. It doesn't mean that we can't come in and check.
Yep.
It's like, who the fuck do you think you are? You
Yeah.
know, it's like, no,
100%.
no.
I think that those scenarios solid. I could see both of them. I think within a month we got boots on the ground in Russia or in Ukraine and Israel. Israel's going to get more, but we're going to have that's going to be the beginning of a war, or our world war. I see that immediately happening.
But how much do you think that they're going to actually reverse that effect? Because whoever's fighting, Ukraine right now out of Russia and North Korea, that's only a very small portion of their military.
And they're getting Chinese troops that are dressed in.
Well, we're getting ready to fight China now because of that island gig.
I think that shit pops off sooner than later. I think the world war is. I mean, it's the industrial military complex type thing.
Right.
Their side inherited that now. They have that. That's where I think they're what they're gonna look into more.
But I'm wondering if they got big enough balls to pull like a Red Dawn, to do like a coup like that.
I don't think. You mean like them coming over here?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it'll be that. I think it'll be
because we're not invulnerable. You know what I mean? Because even in World War II, the Nazis got our ports from New Orleans, all the way up to New York.
Oh yeah,
all of our ports got hit by the Nazis.
I mean, Pearl Harbor. I mean, they can get in. They can, people can do shit.
Yeah, there's ways to do shit.
Yeah, for sure. But I think her focus is going to be not to, like Trump keeps saying, I'm going to have a conversation with these two parties and I'm going to end the wars. She's going to go and fuel the wars.
Oh yeah,
she is absolutely like. That's why my nephew is just out here, and I'm nervous for him because I see him going to the Middle East.
What branch is he?
Army.
Yeah.
Airborne.
Yeah. Well, the Airborne's already freaking.
Dick Van Dyke, 91-year-old Dick Van Dyke, says he's endorsing Kamala. No, bro, nobody knows who you are.
Dick Van Dyke's an old dude. He's a has.
I know who he is.
He was a funny comedian back in the day.
Yeah. But that's what's weird about comedians with how
his brother was
the Democrats are approaching their whole agendas and everything like that. How can the comedians support that when like censorship, of course, everything that's everything against what comedians are for. It's about free speech and freedom of expression and being able to tell jokes about freaking stupid shit about what's going on right now.
So what did you guys think of Tony Hinchcliffe?
Oh God, dude.
I laughed the whole time. I thought he was hilarious. Bad dude to have at your fucking rally.
Yes, you can't have a roast master at a freaking political rally.
Not that his shit wasn't funny. It was. It just wasn't landing with everybody there. He thought he was gonna say shit and everybody was gonna be standing ovation. And you seen in the crowd and heard it. It was like,
that big sigh in the room.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck, that didn't hit, bro. that
swing and a
miss. They should have had
big swing and miss.
Dude, they should have had like Theo Vaughn or somebody that's kind of even keel and is not gonna just attack.
Nate
like
Bargatze, somebody like that, but he's Democratic.
Or Bill Burr would have been funny, where he can jump both sides because he does. He kind of rips everybody apart, but like more casual and has some class to it. Tony Hinchcliffe was just brutal. But that's what I expected. And even before like it came on, I was talking to my buddy and I was like, I don't know, man. He's gonna rip some people apart. Like,
but did you get the uproar of it? Because my girl's Puerto Rican, and her family and like her friends were just like texting all at once. They're like, "Did you hear what Trump said at his rally?" It's just like, wait a minute, what? What did Trump say about Puerto Rico? We looked it up. It wasn't even Trump that said it, number one. It was Tony Hinchcliffe. And I'm like, he's an insult comic.
And that joke has been floating around for like 5 years or some shit. That's not a new thing that he came up with.
And it's not even like an attack on the Puerto Rican people. It's the attack on the fact that they can't figure out what to do with their garbage there.
It's a factual thing about Puerto Rico's garbage problem. That's like literally around the whole thing. Like, it's a real thing.
I've heard Puerto Ricans talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's like, and people were in such up in arms over it. It's like, give me a fucking break, man.
But then
look at the guy.
And
Look
it's
at the
also
guy.
funny that
But then you can have me come in here and tell you about how I used to put green in the bathtub and make them for everybody around the town. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah,
Man.
man.
But then it's like, this one person was commenting on that and was like, oh, not only did it look like a Nazi rally, and then, they were talking about it, how it looked,
Yeah.
but, then they have racist jokes on it. And I was like, so I Googled some stuff, and dude, Bill Clinton, I believe, had it at, where was it at? Madison? No, not Madison Square. Yeah, it was at Madison Square Garden.
Was
I
it?
believe
Yeah,
it was.
Bill Clinton had it there. A couple other
Dude,
presidents.
anybody
It's a
that's
huge
running,
venue.
I mean,
It's-
yeah, dude.
it's a
Anybody that's
known-
running is going to do it in
Yeah,
New York.
if
Is
they
going to do
can
it
get
in
it,
Madison.
if they
Madison
can get
Square
it.
Garden is a national place is really a convention center. If
Yeah,
you really
for
wanna
like
call-
everybody
Right.
wants to end up there. If you're
Shit,
a
man.
comedian,
Andrew Dice Clay did it.
yeah, everybody did. But this is the other funny part. So then, talking about racist jokes, they had Don Rickles open up for, I forget what president, but he did the same thing. He was just going through, boom, boom, eliminate, because that was his thing too. He was
Yeah. I think it was Reagan.
yeah, he was like a roast comic.
Oh God.
And
dude.
he would get on races and all this different stuff, and it's like, so it's not too far, you know what I mean?
Dude, did you see-
they've done that before in the past.
Oh God, yeah. But have you seen the battles between him and Nipsey Hussle? Oh my God, dude.
Nipsey Hussle?
Yeah. He's a black comedian back in those days with him and Don Rickles.
Really?
Oh my God, dude, you gotta
I'm gonna look it up.
you gotta check it out, dude. Oh
Hussle.
Jesus.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
The rapper?
No.
Nipsey Russell?
Nip-
Nipsey Hussle's the rapper.
Is it, or is it Nipsey Russell? Could be Nipsey
It
Russell.
could be Nipsey Russell.
But dude,
Yeah, I think I kind of know what you're talking about, but I'd have to
Because-
look him up again.
Nipsey Russell Nipsey would be coming out with freaking all Jewish jokes and freaking just piling them on to Don Rickles, and then
Yeah.
Don would come out. He would come out with all the black jokes, and everybody would be laughing, and then they would hug and kiss.
And that's
all
the
that shit.
thing that I think I think at least Tony Hinchcliffe probably thought okay, the people that I'm about to talk to are not the feelings people. They're not gonna get, but you also got to understand, it's not so much what side is the feeling people. It's now the culture.
But
There's
it's-
a lot of people on both sides that are very touchy about
they're
shit.
the Christian people.
Well, yeah, that too. And you're talking to mass groups.
Praise the
You
Lord.
gotta watch what you say. You
Right.
know,
And even
in any-
Rogan came out and said, he's like, dude, if you can't do jokes outside of a comedy setting.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna do it in a club or a comedy show or anything like that, don't do jokes.
Yeah.
You know, because those jokes are always controversial because they're always going to be taken out of context,
Yep.
and they're always going to have,
He said,
unnecessary
what?
bullseyes.
Yeah.
He must be friends with Kanye West.
Yeah, he's a radical.
That's another thing. Where did he go during all the was he not a Trump supporter anymore?
He is.
Was he? Yeah, but he's been I haven't heard shit about that dude. For a while, it was
I don't know.
every
I
other
think
day
I,
there was.
I think he just realized, let me just shut the fuck up and lay
do
low and
my-
make my little money.
They took Diddy down. I'm just going to be over here.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up because I was at one of them parties.
It was kind of after him going the second time they said, remember they had that intervention with him and people went to that ranch
Yeah.
and talked to him. It was after that he kind of
mellowed out.
out and nobody really.
Dude, everything's being pushed under the rug. Anything that really matters. Hawaii was pushed under the rug. North Carolina is being pushed under the rug.
Yep.
You know.
Palestine, Ohio, or Iowa, or whatever the fuck it was. Remember the train derailment?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that.
I didn't hear
Dude,
that.
the train derailment, all this toxic chemicals everywhere, the whole town shut down. People are getting sick from it now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was talked about for maybe 2 weeks, and then after that,
Nothing.
Oh.
and people are still having effects from it today.
Ugh.
Their water's bad, their air's bad, their soil's bad. Literally destroyed everything
Everything.
around there.
Yeah.
But for
Like-
some reason, people are trying to purchase land. And it seems like maybe was the reason I got fucked up.
Well,
What's
that's
the
what's,
te-
that's
what's the
what's
teacher
going
saying?
Same thing
this-
with Maui.
What the
Yeah.
teacher saying despicable me? Coincidence?
I
I think not. Exactly.
But same thing, Maui. When all
well,
that.
North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
because it's rich in lithium in those mountains.
Yep.
But people are occupying those mountains and they own those mountains and for property. So they're trying to rid those people out of there so they can move their mines.
Seems fishy. I don't know.
Dude, it's really fishy because she's the one that's supposed to be in charge of every freaking thing that's going on right now domestically.
Yeah.
BlackRock.
Yeah.
BlackRock.
BlackRock. Husband is.
Do you smell a husband inside of BlackRock?
Yeah, and that's why like rabbit holes and all that shit and like conspiracy theories, like people get ashamed to like say that they believe certain things because it gets pretty fucking believable if you sit back and for a second you're like, holy shit.
But the shit gets so thick after a while.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can go forever and you can find like start at one subject and all of a sudden the whole world is ruined because you've read too much. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like if there are those like little key things, and especially now since like after COVID and all that stuff happened, like the shit people were saying, like Alex Jones and certain people, and you're like, holy shit, he was like right. Like he literally like hitting nails left and right, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking scary.
It's scary.
And now like you have to question everything.
His ass. How the fuck do you know?
Well, they got him on X now with Elon, so they're not going to. I mean, they already shut him down on his one channel that he had.
Elon's not going to shut him down.
Oh no,
his YouTube got popped a while ago.
Yeah,
they shut all that stuff.
I remember that when they shut him, Farrakhan,
a bunch of people.
Yeah, it was a bunch of people got shut down on YouTube.
But Alex Jones had all this shit on all the world leaders just sprawled out in front of him, and it was just like, dude, he's connecting all the dots. He's like, this Xi Jinping from China and freaking Putin got this going on.
Yeah.
But even though we're not doing anything to China because we got freaking 2/3 of our imports come from China, so but in China's money is all of our money is their exports, so it's just like
and we're letting them buy up land
I
left
know,
and right,
dude,
farmland and shit. Like,
and, well, not only that, but Bill Gates is the fucking.
So who really owns what then?
Exactly.
See, but Bill Gates is buying everything up in the Midwest and fucking buying up land. Like, what the fuck? Why? Since when are we taking the word of an IT geek on our health?
And here's another thing: if you got the Chinese coming over here and buying up shit. And then you got Gates buying up shit. Why not make the land viable for everybody so everybody can get a piece?
It's supposed to be.
It should be. But right now you're damn near pay fucking $300,000-$400,000 for a piece of land.
You should never be allowed outside of the country to purchase land in a country that you're not from.
You're not exactly,
especially not living it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these people, they don't even show up. They show up one time, look at the land, like, oh, cool, shake hands, and they go back to China. Yeah. And then all of a sudden this is built, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, what the fuck? How did you just gain all this land?
Like, all of a sudden there's a small city there. And it's all fucking like, what the fuck? Chinatown.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
can get a good massage.
It's wild, man. It's I don't know. It's fucking crazy. Because then, like...
But do you think it's going to come down to, like, how it is, like, with how the Venezuelans are? They're like, freaking, like, going door to door, like, beating on people's doors in these fucking complexes and shit.
I mean, and then to hear, like, the Venezuelan government say, like, no, the people that are over there, they're from our prisons.
Oh, yeah. They emptied the prisons.
Like, and they literally said it. They were like, no, we sent them over there.
We'll let you... Yeah, they even said, here's your mandate.
Yeah.
We'll let you out if you go to the U.S.
Yep.
Period.
Now, did they meet up with somebody after their country told them that? Did somebody from our country say, all right, if you're coming over here, go to these states? Because they're very specific on where they're going. They know right off the bat.
Well, look at there's a Dr. Phil episode where he's
on the border, right?
No, he's not on the border. He's actually talking to a diplomat from Venezuela, and he's a U.S. diplomat. And they had a mandate from the DHS telling them, don't worry about paperwork. We're already mandating them to come in. They have a freaking memo from our DHS telling them to freaking just send whoever up here.
Yeah, and like, what would be the like plus or a good reasoning to have that? Like, what would be the purpose? I don't know. The only things that I can factor in or like think about is negatives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've been trying. Like what is the greatest thing? Because businesses are shutting down in America, and so it's not like they're coming over here getting all these jobs. And
Well,
shit.
because
like,
they're getting robbed left and right.
yeah, and so like, what is the outcome? What will happen? Why was it 4 votes? Because
How are they going to
not letting them as of now that I know of.
Yeah, people are stopping them.
So, because they shipped them to a lot of swing states. They shipped them to a lot of blue states. Like,
but who passed that stupid fucking law that's basically says you
the
can
$900?
Yeah, you can steal up to $900 without any kind of. It's like
I don't know who exactly, but I know Biden. He was all for it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let me go back.
Give people the right to freaking go in and steal and riot.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah,
that's wild. That is that doesn't. That's what I'm saying. None of this shit fucking makes sense. If somebody just sat down and told me like, this is why they're doing this and this, and then to really clarify things, maybe I'll be like, oh, that kind of makes sense. But nobody can do it.
But to tear it down from the inside out, I mean, that's just total corruption.
Unless you tear it down and rebuild in your image. You know what I mean? Rebuild.
Well, that's communistic.
There's, I mean, majority of the people that you see getting interviewed and all these fucking weirdos with, they're socialists and they're proud to say it.
Right. And that's what's weird about the whole fucking statue bullshit. Why did the Democrats want the statues gone? Because it was the Democrats that put them up.
Well, I said this thing kind of goes along with the statues. So I was telling my buddy, I was like, so when the whole thing happened with, taking away names of things like Aunt Jemima, they took that away. Uncle Ben, they took that away.
Racist piece of shit.
All these things. Right. But listen to this. So
no.
The non-racist people were taking all these away because, it's procreation and you're making money. But
damn
now,
right.
There's only white faces on the shelves. They took away all the... You know what I'm saying? So, like, at the same time as them saying it's racist to have this, they didn't take away Colonel Sanders. White dude sitting up there in a Southern outfit and shit. I don't know. Seems like he would have been
sitting
a candidate.
There talking like this.
But they took away Aunt Jemima and some of the money was being kicked back to her family. That was a real lady.
I know.
So, at the same time of them saying it's racist to do this, they just eliminated all the colored people.
Yes.
To come in and say, nope, we don't have them.
Motherfucker, we black.
What about the Asians? They have color.
People of color.
They are a color.
Listen, you can only be one.
Uncle
or two
Ben, he was tan. He was a tan man.
He was Malay.
But I'm saying, like, if you look at it in a different light, it's like, holy shit, they kind of just whitewashed everything.
Yep.
Well, that's just like what they did with the whole migrant thing, man. They did. We had this discussion with Dre and I'm like, dude, how does it feel to be a black American to have all this happening and basically just have them go, we don't really care about you anymore. We're going to do this, people. Yeah, we're going to focus on this. And see all this money that we're just shipping over to fucking Ukraine? Yeah. We could have used that for you guys, but we're just fucking selfish individuals.
And then at the same time, they're throwing all that money over there. They're promoting having homeless populations.
Exactly. And obesity.
And it's like, whoa.
It's
and then when Gavin Newsom, that piece of shit, when the leader of China, Xi
Jinping.
Yeah,
Xi Jinping?
Yeah, ping pong. He comes over to visit California. Guess what's not there anymore? The fucking homeless population.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So you solved this problem within a day?
But guess what? What happens when he left, though?
Exactly. All right, guys.
Back to it.
Get him out of the warehouse.
Take 2.
Sorry about that.
Hey, they was like, oh, I was liking it in there. It was warm.
Yeah. Nope. Get back to your fucking shanty town.
Dude.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. And, like, nobody seems to fucking talk about that shit. Like, that's weird.
But that's what's in New Orleans. New Orleans has warehouses of homeless people. Mm-hmm. They try to do shit, like to sell shit out in the market.
Yeah.
And they make bracelets and do all that shit. You're buying from the homeless people. You're freaking doing shit for a guy that has nothing. He's basically either living out of a car or living out of a tent in a warehouse somewhere,
And it's strange that, so now, like, you want to be a good person and you want to be like, all right, I'm going to give this dude a bag of chips or I'm going to give him something, $20, whatever. But then you also got to question, is he being incentivized? Did he get that cell phone from somebody? Did they give him the $1,000? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wait, are you a genuine, person that is struggling and that has, problems that, need to be addressed?
Yeah.
Or are you jumping on the bandwagon of
come
people
over?
Because
here's a phone. Here's
there
50
are
grand.
dudes like that. And it's like, so now I don't want to give nobody nothing because I don't know if they're fucking genuine. If I'm really helping somebody or if I'm just, because then you got dudes like the one day I'm driving down the street and I see this guy in the corner. I had Doritos or something. And I was like, bro. I like rolled down the window and I'm like, hey man, I was like, here you go. And he was like, nah, I'm good. The fuck? And he was like, I could use a couple bucks. I was like, wait a minute. No. This isn't like a bargaining thing. What the fuck are we doing?
You're homeless, motherfucker. Eat some Doritos.
My light's about to change. It's about to turn green. I gotta go. You taking the chips or not,
Chips
bro?
and change. Take your pick.
Unbelievable. Can I get a 20? Get the fuck out of here. How about that?
You know
Fuck
what you
guys.
can get?
Jesus
A fuck
Christ.
you and have a nice
Yeah,
day.
as he's texting. Like, who's paying for that? What the fuck are we doing? Like, it's a little strange.
Your tax dollars.
Oh, man.
No, I'm good. Fuck you, I'm gonna eat them then.
It's too funny.
I want some chips.
Dude, because I seriously think that she would implement fucking martial law.
I could see that.
I
mean, dude, there was times during the pandemic that I was like, they might open it up and tell these dudes to come down because when where was that at? Philly or something. All these dudes are on the street, like hundreds of dudes, right? They're all just hanging out, not giving a fuck, passing blunts and, doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it was Philly. Their fucking governor, mayor, whoever it is, was literally talking like that. Like, we got to get control of this and they're spreading this. They're super spreaders and let's get the military out there. Let's get National Guard and shit. And it's like, whoa.
Super spreaders.
Dude.
Damn.
Super spreaders. That's what they were calling them.
I hope they didn't vote for this motherfucker.
Dude? That's so wild to look back at all that stuff because, it's like that's a wild time that we lived through. Nobody could do anything. You couldn't hug your fucking dying parent.
Yeah,
you couldn't fucking talk to this person. You couldn't get on a flight until you had vaccines. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Get the fuck out of
that shit's crazy. And they were literally, I remember going to fucking Rosati's, picking up a pizza. I'm standing in a line outside. I got my mask on. I'm like, I just want my pizza, bro. What the fuck? I get in there and I look around. Everybody's got their masks off eating. I'm like, wait a minute. What the fuck is this, bro?
So, bro.
How?
So I used to say, COVID only exists when you're not eating.
Yep.
And then it was like what Bill Burr even said. He's like, all the fucking Democrats that were like, well, why don't you have your fucking mask on? Why don't you have your fucking mask on? And then they pull it down while they're talking. Or they have it underneath their nose or whatever the fuck.
It's like, and then having fuckface Fauci come out every other day and he's like, double up on the mask. You know what? 86 the mask. We're not doing this shit anymore. And it's like, wait a minute. What is going on?
We got to go get these thick ass masks.
Yep.
Hey, motherfucker, I got asthma. I can barely.
Bro,
I'm talking about carbon monoxide poisoning like a motherfucker.
He came out and he was like, you can make them out of shirts. You can make them out of underwear. And you're like, really? That's going to do it? It's
gonna be a nice
cutting up underwear in my room and
4
shit.
days later. Hey, we can't be like this.
Nope. Now you need the N95, whatever the fuck it was.
Oh my god!
And you look back at it and you're like, that was a fucked up time, dude.
Right?
A real fucked up time.
And then everybody got super one side of it where they were super soldier people, and they're like, you're not wearing your mask the whole time. I'm gonna reprimand you, and everybody felt like they could speak on somebody else's health,
right?
And it's like, the fuck, no one ever said shit to me.
Everyone's been vaccinated,
you know what I mean?
but you're going to spread it to everybody.
Well, all the celebrities that were coming out, and they're like, it's real easy. If you're a good person, you wear a mask. That's fucking rude, bro.
Right? Well, plus, first of all, I'm not going to believe anything that a celebrity says because they're fucking paid to
their
act
job
like
is
it's
to lie.
Yeah, their job is to be other people.
Yeah.
So you can't take a.
I think that was a huge, big turning point. That was the eye opener thing, for people to actually separate.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of people that were like, I'm not buying this shit. Then you got the people in the middle.
the Jim Carreys.
Yeah, then you had the people in the middle where I probably fell when I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. This shit's
I just want to make
weird.
money, man.
Yeah, this shit's getting weird. I don't know what to do. And then you had the extreme that, you know, I'm gonna wear a full fucking hazmat suit every day and wash my fucking potato chips and shit like that.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like, but I think that was the catalyst to now. Then you throw a loudmouth like Trump in the mix, and then you throw, and like everybody starts like getting very tribal, getting, you know, get your spears out, grab your shields, because that's the enemy over there.
Yep. And it's when they're actually like portraying the other freaking team as
the
evil,
enemy,
as evil people.
Yep.
It's like, holy
and then
shit, come
everybody in that time period forgot, like, we're all in the same fucking country. We're all
Yeah,
like we're going through shit together.
Yeah, we're all
We
being
all
taxed
broke
the
as
same.
fuck together.
We're all being taxed the same, people. We
Yep.
gotta fucking stop that shit. And guess who's doing it?
Yeah, man. It was crazy. It still is. We're still feeling the effects from everything.
Oh yeah.
And that's another thing. Like, all right, dude. These people have been in for 4 years. Do you know actual policies that Biden has? Like, has he done good things for our country? Like, at all? Like, I'm trying to look up stuff because I like to be.
You tell me
to see.
You tell me
both
what
sides.
president has gotten more personal endorsements.
Oh,
Not not anything else. Personal
I know what he's done
endorsements.
for us as a country. He's given us numerous of laughs and countless of.
Watching him shit his pants was
bike
classic,
riding
dude.
incidents.
Oh man,
He wasn't even moving. He was literally stopped talking to somebody. He's like, "Oh shit."
He spent more time on the ground than he did in
Yeah.
a freaking chair in the Oval Office, dude.
And dude, what we were talking about in the car is, one of the things I'm excited about. JD Vance, I dig him. I've dug
I heard he was articulate. I
dug into it. He's a very well-spoken dude. There's some shit I don't, whatever, but
Yeah.
he's hitting a lot of marks, you know what I mean? But he's 44 right now.
Uh-huh.
So if Trump gets in and he gets whacked or he does the 4 years, like, that's our next dude. And he's a young dude.
Yeah.
That's my big thing.
Right.
We need younger people running this shit.
Yes.
We need it.
Yes.
Because then what he'll do is he'll implement his buddies, the people that are a little younger coming up, the Viveks, the people, you know what I mean? Like, and now we're going to be starting from the bottom and because right now it's like so old, it's ridiculous.
It's when the Gen Xers are going to start creeping in and start taking over because, I mean, we got to also be careful with that too because a lot of Gen Xers don't know how to be even keel with certain things. But if we can find even keel people, I think things will be better.
I think
we got to get these old fucking beliefs.
There needs to be a cap on that shit, just all across the board. If we're done at 60 or whatever it is, so the fuck are they?
Right?
Like, come on, man. You don't think the same way as what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't.
No.
Even Trump and shit like that. He tries and he does whatever, but like, you're not.
See, the only thing that
Brandon, do you not believe in me? Did you not hear what I told Joe? I went to the doctor.
The weaving.
I went to the doctor. No. I went to the doctor, got on the treadmill. They said anything for her.
Did you see that thing?
Awesome,
where he
dude.
came running over to the camera like a dog, just like,
Yeah.
hey guys.
Oh, yeah. Dude, fucking, when he said that, I was dying.
Speaking of running, I gotta pee.
That shit was so funny. When he's like, I could have been on the treadmill all day.
I could have been
all day, maybe the next day. Like, he just goes on and you're like, bro.
Stop it.
You were breathing hard.
Stop
like,
the
let's
shit.
not lie.
I was dying inside. I really was.
It was so difficult. I love difficult things. It was easy, actually.
I did what I did.
That shit's hilarious. That he'll say something and he'll be like, they hate me. They're trying to kill me, but everybody loves me. You're like, wait, what?
Hold on,
you
wait.
just say people are trying to kill you? Like,
What?
Like, yeah, the fucking meme. What?
Yeah, everyone loves me,
Got
but they
him.
hate me. They hate me at the same time.
He does it all the time with shit.
Bro, it's wild.
And that's another thing that, like,
My son Byron, 6'9",
yeah,
tall,
6'9",
handsome son.
hands the size of my face. Like,
I told Byron, I
that is a
said,
big fucking dude, though.
He is.
6'9". Is he really that big?
yes.
That's a fucking giant, dude. That's
Well,
a
Trump is
large
like
guy.
6'4".
Yeah, but like 6'9" is like
6'9" is
that's
big.
a big dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he's skinny as fuck. How old is he? He's like 18 or something.
19, 18, 19, something like that. Maybe 20. He might be 20. I remember he was a funny looking kid. Now all the chicks think he's like the cutest fucking thing in the world.
Well,
Now
he's fucking loaded.
I mean, shit. If I had money like that, I think I'd be the finest motherfucker too.
He got fucking shin implants, made him taller.
Probably. That's why he doesn't play basketball because his shins aren't strong enough just yet.
He'll never wear shorts.
Never.
I won't let him wear shorts.
Because then you can see the scars. I paid.
Beautiful scars.
They're beautiful scars all over his legs. I told him, son, don't worry about it. You don't really need legs. Do you ever see your dad's legs out? No, not even when I'm
Legs
golfing.
are in your imagination.
Only,
And we don't do imagination.
we don't have imaginations. Imaginations are for sissies like Joe Biden, for people who go to sleep at 4:00.
Yeah, we can't have little girls thinking they're princesses.
No.
No pretty princesses. No, not in the Trump family. We are strong.
Because they can't think that they have to depend on a man.
Kamala.
The way he says, the way he fucking, the inflex in his voice with certain things is fucking hilarious.
I love how he's just like, she's really not an intelligent person.
Yeah. Some would say stupid. Yeah. Not me. I wouldn't say it, but some would say stupid. Like, and you're like, damn, dude. Like, he's a roast comic.
Bro,
like, he fucking says shit.
it.
That's what Joe kept talking about. Like, he's got comedic timing, but I don't even think it's, like, intentional at all.
No.
I think he just says things, and nobody's ever been like, hey, you're kind of being a dick. So that's just how he talks.
He's like a comic / narcissist meshed in together.
Well, like,
he's
that's
old
another
school
thing.
New
Like,
York.
yeah. Old school New York business dude.
Yeah.
But, like, that's another thing that I hate, that, like, everybody assumes that, like, if you're for this certain group, that you're, like, diehard with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I find holes in all their shit. He's another one that can fucking talk his way, but do I think he's going to be better now?
Yes.
Yes. I think right now, this climate, this country needs...
You need me. That's what you need, I'm going to be your president.
But that's what I tell my Democrat friends too. It's just like, dude, you cannot tell me that by listening to her in her interviews that she is an intelligent human being that you want leading us across the nation, across the world.
You should just tell or ask your friends. Be like, do you think any superpower outside of the U.S. is going to respect her enough to not just completely walk over her?
Oh, they'll do.
And it has nothing to do with her being a woman. They did it to Joe Biden. They do it. They don't give a fuck. You have to show that you're gonna bust them in the mouth if they talk sideways. Like, you have to be that person every now and then.
Oh, Sleepy Joe.
And Trump does that to people.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes he needs to shut up.
I'm 6'4". I stepped in front of him like, who wants to do something?
But he hits them in their pocket. He doesn't want anybody to lose their lives. No. He doesn't want anybody to go to war. He doesn't want anything like that. He's just like, if you're gonna stir up the pot, I'm just gonna have to say fuck you, and up goes your tariffs.
Hey, speaking of that shit, Kim Jong-un, he says I have a red button. I said I have one too.
Mine's
bigger.
It's bigger and it works.
Yeah.
It's bigger and it works.
Tiny Rocket Man, or whatever he called him.
See, but man,
he called me a couple days later. We were good. We came down. We sat. We chat. Everything's good now.
I sent him McDonald's. He's all right.
I sent the McDonald's with fries Kamala made.
That she never made. She made them, but she never made those fries.
She says she made them in those pictures. They're Photoshopped. Yes.
Is that why he went to the McDonald's?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to oppose.
And that's also
Kamala.
why he showed up with a workman's vest or
the apron. Yeah.
No, he was wearing a vest. That is one thing, because Biden called us garbage. Any supporters of Trump are called
garbage.
Dude, 200 million American taxpayers you just called garbage. That's fucked up.
Well, look at what Kamala does. She calls everybody from 18 to 24 stupid.
Oh, yeah. And the male demographic.
Yeah.
She's made comments about what do you guys think we need men for?
Yeah.
And it's like, why are we talking about that?
I know what you do need men for. Fucking security, bitch. You better shut your mouth.
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
Dude.
I'm not on duty for her.
What is that show? The freaking Tiffany's Maid or Tiffany's Bride or whatever the fuck it's called, where they're in their red dresses and they're basically surrogates for the rich. All the middle class women.
It's like a Netflix show. Or
yeah, it's like one of those like Black Mirror type shows, man. And man, speaking of that, we're living in a Black Mirror fucking episode, man.
Dude.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh yeah.
Where's everybody that's making money now is making money because of the likes that they're getting online. And that's a Black Mirror episode, man. It's like
there's a couple Black Mirror episodes that were like
coming to fruition. Yeah, it's like, whoa, this is scary, dude.
It's wild. I don't know. It's like you could talk about like this is like a never-ending subject.
Yeah.
Like even whoever gets in, this is never gonna stop.
Well, it's just going to be
like,
interesting on who actually gets elected.
Yeah. I don't know because I've heard, I haven't like checked the polls or anything, but like recently, but I heard that like they were like close. And then like now Trump's like
winning.
Yeah. But that was like a few hours ago. So
dude, after like really looking at like her rallies and the size of them compared to Trump's.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Nobody's coming out to this little country. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
You remember the dude that I follow? The gay conservative
yes.
dude? Anthony something.
Anthony something, yeah.
He said, he was like, so he went to outside of a Democratic rally or whatever, one of her rallies. And he said that he was talking to different people about whatever. And apparently there was like, something like only like 600 people showed up to like Trump's like, you know,
he actually had like his smallest crowd was like 20,000 or some shit.
I was like, whoa, I don't know if that's factual, by the way, but I'm sure people are gonna be like, I'm gonna go for that.
But even here in Chicago, they were sitting there. They kicked the people out that supported Trump.
Yeah.
Out of like the hotels and shit.
Yeah.
And then they bust in like actors to come into her rally.
Yeah.
And they had it all on video.
Yep.
They're just like, can
Think
you believe
about
this
it.
shit?
You're gonna get 100. You're gonna get 15 to 20,000 kids to show up too. If I find out that I got Glorilla showing up and I got fucking a Flo Milli and Megan Thee Stallion and fucking so and so's gonna open. If I hear all of those celebrities are gonna be there, guess what? I'm gonna show up, and it's free. It's a free concert.
Free concert. With
Beyonce,
with people that are like big right now.
What?
You know what
well, yeah,
what?
big in the
if you go listen to if you go back and listen to it when and I love Glow. I won't lie to you. I love me some Glorilla. Yeah, Glow. You know how we do. You know your daughter love her some Glow too.
Yep.
But when you got Glow on the stage talking about it's 7 p.m. Friday, it's 95 degrees. I ain't got no, and she trying to be quiet, but the crowd go, I ain't got no nigga, and no nigga ain't got me. Like,
and then there's one Democrat, the Democratic old lady, like, what the white lady? It's like,
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, exactly. Would that not be the same as Tony Hinchcliffe?
Basically,
to a degree,
yeah.
To people that aren't comfortable with that type of language, because it's across the board everywhere. Like,
but what's funny is that you probably look out in the crowd and it's just like a sea of white faces that said all that shit, dude. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, that was like the whole like the BLM stuff when the like different things were going on, and then you see that majority are white dudes, white people like marching, and it's like, wait a minute, I thought this was Black lives. Like, how did you guys infiltrate this shit? Like, and it's true. You look back at videos, and a lot of it was like the Antifa people.
Yeah.
That were riling up this whole fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm dreading it, but I'm kind of pumped for it.
See,
I kind of want to see how this.
Everybody's like holding. They don't want to pop out what's going on in the polls. Like, you guys got Scantrons. We know how Scantrons work.
Yeah.
America, stop playing with us. We grew up in that era. You slide the Scantron, you slide the key Scantron through first.
Yep.
And honestly, in this one, you don't need a key Scantron. it's collecting votes.
Hey,
So it's gonna go whoop 1, whoop 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3.
It's kind of
1.
like the SATs.
Yeah.
But now, are you guys gonna be wholehearted in checking on your phones?
No.
That's another thing. That's because everybody was, or I was watching this thing and a bunch of people are like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna follow this," and blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
yeah. The only thing that
can
I'm
you?
waiting for is an actual national alert.
Yep.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yep.
No matter who wins.
yeah, man, wild time.
Hell,
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
fucking
I know.
I mean,
right?
I'll put it like this. I think I can endure anything. I got Caleb Williams for my fucking quarterback. He likes to fucking paint his nails and go, "Row." So, if I can have Caleb Williams as my quarterback, if Kamala wins, I have to deal with it, even though that's not what I want. But I mean, I will.
Well, see, here's my whole look at the whole
figure
thing.
out what I'm gonna do with life. But
See, but my whole look at the whole thing is that, I mean, we look at Europe as like some war-torn freaking country, parted freaking continent over there, but we are relatively young.
We're
know what
like
I mean?
one of the youngest nations. Right?
We are.
Yeah.
And we still haven't even figured out what we want yet. You know what I mean? But yet here we are. It's 250 years into our freaking existence as a nation, and now we're freaking having separation anxiety of what the hell, which way we want to go. Nobody knows which way.
Do you think in, at least in your time or our time, like, is this the biggest, like, turning point, like, biggest election?
I feel like it can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if Trump gets in and then really nothing happens and there's no uproar and they just accept the fact that they fucking lost and they put a jabbering butt plug up for freaking presidency. But if she gets in, I don't see that going well.
Yeah.
At all.
I don't think anything's gonna change except for we're gonna fuel up like our end of the bargain with the wars. But I like domestically, like I think it's gonna stay how Biden has it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think there's not gonna be improvements to homeless economy. Nothing's gonna change.
No.
Except we're gonna fuel up. We're sending people to these spots.
Yeah.
And we're gonna interject in some stuff.
See, but I'm always, like I said, I'm always weary about like military and strategy and everything like that, because there's always, with military, there's always the flank.
Yeah.
And who is Russia most after? NATO. And U.S.
So do you think that if we...
And just think about the size of their army between Russia, China, and North Korea now.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's a lot of
That's
massive.
Billions of soldiers.
China alone is fucking intense.
Yes.
Dude. They got a lot of people.
Yes.
They got real soldiers.
So
They got-
just...
I mean, Russia's no joke. Their fucking people are
They got a
nuts,
million
dude.
strong also.
Yeah, and
They don't got a bunch of no disrespect to the females, but they ain't got a bunch of females out on, on boots.
Yeah, they do.
On boots?
Dude, they got sniper females.
yeah, they do shit different than over here.
Yeah.
And Israel, same way. They nasty army, dude. Like, and you know what? Iran and all those dudes, all those terrorist organizations are becoming one.
Mm-hmm.
Like ISIS and stuff, they're all talking. Hamas, all these guys are like, hey,
let's
kind of
become
think
one.
the same
Shit.
over here. Like,
Hezbollah.
Let's take over this motherfucker.
and they're all being back now because of the billions we gave Iran.
Yep.
When was that? The beginning of
Frick 22 or something like that.
And it's like, fuck,
dude.
This would be a huge.
And don't forget the fucking $1.5 million fucking jets that we left over there and all the tanks.
That's my big concern is that, like, all right, so obviously I don't want anybody that gets into the fucking chair, anybody that's going to be president, I don't want them to fail, because that would be fucking stupid to talk shit about the people. Like, we want them to succeed, but like how they pulled out of Afghanistan, how they had lacking of security for an ex-president, how they done these things doesn't give me much hope that we're gonna execute these things. I'm not dissing our military,
right?
It's literally where it's coming from. Like how they're gonna do it. Like
And he even we touched on that with the conversation with the dude at work, and he was sitting there. He's like, "It's cheaper to leave it there." I'm like, "It's what are you talking about? It's not cheaper to leave it there. That's money spent."
No.
No. That's not cheaper.
Trump, he said something about that. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah,
But he said something about that on the Rogan show.
Yeah.
And he said it was cheaper to leave it, which was stupid to me. And I'm like, it's 1.5, but he said, sir, it's cheaper to leave it.
See, and here's the thing is that, I have family in the military also, and they're all out now, and freaking I had one in the Air Force. Dude, you know how cheap it is for a military member to send something overseas? Really? Military shipment.
Yeah.
All you're paying for is basically the flight time.
Mm-hmm. I know
and fuel.
I know in Vietnam and stuff like that, they did leave stuff over there, but they completely gutted it.
They burned it out.
Yeah, they burned it. They dumped it in the ocean. They did different stuff.
They didn't leave it for them to have parades with and fucking. Exactly. Oh my God, that's our army.
And they literally, I think they really thought these guys. They're fighting with AKs and they're not, they're not advanced like us. They're not going to know it. But Iranians that have been training in the U.S., that have been going to colleges out here, that have been, it's kind of like a reenactment of like what we did with Bin Laden.
Right.
We gave a bunch of shit to them. We trained them. He was over here doing shit. Like, I think he went to like Oxford or something. Like, I forget where, but he was here learning our way. Iran just got a bunch of money. Now they're like, fueling it out to, handing it out to people, training people on these things, and now all of a sudden they're having they have an army. They like a real.
Here's to really hit you, right? When you call a IT firm, who normally answers the phones?
Indian people.
Are they really Indian or are they Arabs? See, the crazy part is
Pakistanis. Yeah.
So you got Pakistanis who work IT, and you thought they weren't going to figure out how to start and change.
It's nothing about intelligence. It's all about what if you have the means to do it. Once these people had the equipment, they were like, "All right, that's one box checked."
Yep.
Now all we do is have somebody that knows about it start training us.
Mm-hmm.
Trained them up. That's
over with.
They may not be as good as we are on those things or whatever.
No wonder
but they're going to figure it out.
No wonder why you get all the scam callers on your phone.
Yeah. But they're going to figure it out, and they're doing it now.
Yep. Oh, we can touch into the American database through this motherfucker.
And you know what else is crazy? So a long time ago, Alex Jones said something along the lines of, he was talking about the BRICS or whatever it's called, this new alliance between like Brazil, China, what else was it? Me and you have talked about it a couple times.
Oh, those Central American.
Yeah, Russia, a bunch of like getting their own currency, and like that's going to be the big current. Well, all these dudes are going to be helping each other out in different areas. If they all want to crumble the West.
Well, they already got Cuba.
Yeah. If they all want to see us burn, that's one thing that they got in common. So yeah, I'll send one of my dudes over there to train you guys. We'll get a unit over there to show you how to march correctly, and
And America's dumb because I would have went and grabbed Cuba immediately.
Well, they're communist state, man.
Easy to take over.
Not when they're already brainwashed. When you have a populace like that and you give them an information overload and freaking show them what the world really is, some people can't react to that really well. Then it's going to be like an upheaval.
China has a hard time.
Yeah.
I mean, like when they're presented with, because they get completely different shit like that they're seeing on their phones, that they're hearing from us. Like, I was watching this thing that literally in like first grade or something, they're showing pictures of Americans killing Chinese kids. And stuff like,
and beheading them.
Yeah, it's
shit.
fake. It's like drawings and stuff, but like this is what America does to people, and so little on they're like, we're the worst people in the world. So like that's just what they think. So to break that is incredibly hard. I mean, I'm sure it can be done. I'm sure like over time and stuff, but like then do we want to be the people that are like how they're pointing fingers at us now? Like you know, we just come in places and overrun everything and take.
Well, I doubt that because Miami is filled with Cubans. So they know what it's like, because I'm pretty sure motherfuckers hop up on that boat, go back through the Western and go back home and be like, hey, it's sweet on this side. Like, bro, I just made $1,000 not really doing nothing.
Yeah.
They just have to enter at this point. They just have to freaking touch U.S. soil and they get money.
It's not hard.
It's fucking stupid. Stupid.
It's crazy. It's literally like, it doesn't make sense. Like, and like I said before, numerous times, like, change my mind. Tell me stuff so I can think, you know what I mean? Like, have two things that make sense to me. And one does not make sense at all.
No.
Like, why are all these people coming in here? Why all of a sudden was the influx of the trans movement and like having that flag hanging from from the White House? Why are these things being pushed so hard? Like, what is the outcome for that?
Yeah. Why is that part of the agenda?
Somebody explain it. Like, I don't understand where that stuff comes from. Like,
because
how does it help the other side? How does it help? What is it?
But that's them having you invite them into your life, so that way they can control.
So what is it, like the deep state?
Pretty much, they want a single party. You know, they want everybody to think the same. You stay on the same page. This is our conglomerate projective. We want to be progressive, even though they're not being progressive. They're being congressive,
oppressive.
It's
wild,
and that's even in their history, their democratic history. Is that they are not a fan of the civil rights because they're a fan of fucking segregation, degradation, and freaking slavery and shit, man. I mean, Jim Crow laws and fucking shit like that. You know, it's like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's pouring out.
Yeah, it's raining. But, man, that's why it's like, dude, we were having a conversation on the last show. It's just like, I like called out people of color. I don't give a fuck what color you are. If you're a Democrat, you're a fucking idiot in this country. Number one, this country is not a democracy. It's supposed to be founded as a republic. Mm-hmm. And why we can't treat it as such, I don't know why. Because then we'd only have a two-party system. It would be the House and the Senate. There would be no Congress.
So was it ever like that? It was at one point, right?
I don't know. That's something to look up.
That's something to look up.
Because
I wish I had.
I mean, then we go back. You know what I mean? If it was new territory that nobody's ever, and we got to figure things out. But if we had something working a little bit,
right,
and just
because
tweak it and prove what it can be, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
because the Senate was supposed to be the direct source from the people. The governor reports to the senator, and the senator goes to the government or whoever and proposes what the people are looking for. You know, they put feelers out. The people, they give them a certain amount of time to vote on it and whatever and put it up. And then they go to the government for it and say, this is what we want to do. We want to put a new road through here, whatever.
Yeah.
You know. But they don't. Now it's a battle just to do that, you know, because it's all about whose politician's pockets not being filled at the proper time for that freaking road to be built. It's
need
like,
permit.
Kidding me.
Oh, you need a permit for that.
Yeah.
We need another permit.
Oh, you want
you
this?
You got to survey the land.
Oh, this union's got to do it, so you got to pay this fee, and then you got to pay these politicians because it goes through their freaking territory. And these, it's just like, come on, man. It's like unnecessary means being funded for nothing.
Yep.
For nothing. So it's like, such a system. I hate growing up, dude.
Right. I was just telling my friend, I was like, dude, I never gave a fuck about this shit.
Exactly.
I really didn't. Like, even as I got older and stuff, once like in my head, the real weird shit was starting to come to the surface, and I'm like, I got little kids. I don't want them growing up in this weird, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
this weird shit.
And that's
Weird
literally
ass
where
environment.
like, I've always thought about shit, but like, and I stayed somewhat in the mix, but like when I really started like researching different shit, looking at people's different policies, I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
This could be horrible for my generation.
But
Like,
people don't understand it. That policies don't apply to the populace.
yeah.
They apply to corporations and corporate structures. That's it.
Well, that's like also like me and my mother-in-law were talking, and she brought up a good point that when they say like tax the rich. It's like it's more so like companies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't factor. It's not like an individual that's getting hit with all these like they do, but like on a bigger, it's the companies.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like so they made 10 billion last year in profit. They'll make 9 this year.
Yeah.
You know, it's like oh darn.
Yeah.
You know, or 9.5.
But they think like the Bill Gates and the Trump and like he's not being affected too much.
No,
like,
because everything that they have, like tax wise, it's all a write off.
Yeah,
there's loopholes.
These dudes, they always say like, you know, money doesn't buy happiness, but it gets you out of a lot of shit. Like you know,
right?
You don't got to worry about shit. So
makes this shit a lot easier.
You tend to be a little happier. So
I guess that's the false lie. False tale.
Yeah.
I'll roll with it.
It's like Bill Burr, man. It's just like perhaps your life is slightly less awesome than mine.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man,
it's gonna be interesting.
What swing state you think gonna take it? What do you think is gonna be the swing state?
Dude, I don't know why Wisconsin's considered a swing state. For
I don't either.
Majority red, right?
Yeah, majority should be, but they're saying it's a swing state. They're saying it's going to go blue. I'm like, how the fuck can that be? That's an open carry state.
Like, yeah, I don't understand that because I get like cities like Chicago, like because you get outside of Chicago, most of Illinois is red.
Yeah,
but Chicago's so heavy populated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I get that, but like, what Madison? You know what I mean? Like, what? It's not big enough.
Yeah, and for have
like,
it to be
like cities like that, like how?
Not out of state students. Do their votes count at Madison, or is that
they're residential? They're halfway residential, yeah. So if they switch their ID over to it, yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. But either way, I like seeing the Charlie Kirk videos and seeing.
Oh
all
yeah,
those
when
kids,
he goes to. Hey, that dude's got some nuts, you know.
He's
got some balls on him because those dudes they can turn around and just start jumping him. That's why he has that one big security guard. That guy's fucking huge.
But I just love the fact that I love how he keeps his composure.
Yeah. Well, it makes them worse.
Yes. For sure.
They get pissed that he's not.
You are.
Yeah.
You're a motherfucker.
Like when he was like, you know, all those dudes have been saying like, "Well, tell me what a woman is."
Yeah.
And like he said that to this one chick, and she was like, "That's an attack. I'm leaving."
Yeah.
And he was like, "We didn't even talk yet."
Yeah,
Like,
a woman is an arbitrary term.
Yeah, I asked one
I didn't
question,
come
and
here
she
to-
literally started crying and walked out.
I didn't come here to debate. I came here to tell you.
Yeah.
What did you come here?
And it's a simple question
And
too.
what did Candace Owens say that one time? She was like, the lady comes up and she starts talking shit to Candace Owens, telling her just, like things that she doesn't like about her, and she was like, "All right, are you done complaining? Do you need your diaper changed? Moving on now."
Yeah.
Like she didn't. She's like, "I'm not gonna do this."
Or when she just had when she makes a statement and doesn't have a question, she's like,
Yeah.
"Thank you for your statement. Pass your mic,
Yeah.
please."
Yeah. And it's like, what did you expect to get out of that? Like, if you haven't, that's why I'm saying, like, if there's intelligent questions from the other side or like statements or something, like, throw them out, dude. Like,
Please.
get that going.
Right.
Get a conversation.
But they have to
going.
be intelligent. They can't just be a fucking attack.
Well, half
Yeah.
the fucking kids that are in college ain't intelligent.
Well, that's where Charlie Kirk comes in because he's sitting there telling them that it's a fucking sham. You know, which in their case, it is because it's just a rehash of the shit that you did in freaking
High school.
high school.
Well, you see a lot of the entrepreneur guys. What's that one dude, Gary something? He's like a big like multimillionaire or whatever, and
Don't know.
he goes around the same. It says the same shit. He goes to colleges and he's like, "You guys are wasting your time. Find your fucking passion, jump into it." You know, and like he cleans it up real quick,
Right.
And he's like, "You're wasting money. You're wasting time. You know, blah blah blah." But like a lot of those type of entrepreneur people are starting to do that, where it's like you're gonna study this one thing for fucking X amount of time, spend all this money, be in debt the rest of your life, and then never get that job.
Yeah.
So what
and
are you
that's
doing?
and that's what 90% of the students coming out, you know, only 10% actually make it because of the people that they know.
Yep.
It's because of daddy and whoever their relatives are that have their high CEO chairmanship jobs and be like, okay, we'll insert my nephew or my freaking son into this freaking position
Uncle
here.
John went to college and played football with the CEO or so and so.
Right. Yeah. Something. You know, that's the 10% that actually makes it in the world because they're the freaking frat boys. You know what I mean? It's because of who they know.
Well, that's. I always bring it back to the conspiracy stuff, but that's like the skull and bones.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff. It's a majority of our presidents came from those like.
Well, they're all Masons.
Yeah, Masons, skull and bones. It's all these little, traditions or whatever that you gotta.
Never seem to die, but yet
they've been around for fucking ever.
Right?
This guy, you all right?
Yeah, my eye twitch.
We got Dre 2 Stone.
No.
Dre can't handle his shit.
I saw your eyeball fall out of your head, so you're better than that day.
Dre can't handle his smoke.
No, it's not that. I've been like fuzzing up. I need to go to the eye doctor, bro.
Get that shit washed out again. That shit was crazy.
Dude, I went to the eye doctor, man. Fuck, dude. They dilated my eyes. And freaking, I thought I'd be all right driving home because my truck's windows are tinted and shit, dude. Fuck. No, dude.
You didn't have glasses or nothing?
Oh, I had sunglasses on. I had polarized shit.
Yeah. Blinking hard as fuck, right?
Oh, dude, I'm sitting, my eyes are tearing. I'm like looking, I'm like, holy fuck, dude. I didn't think it was this bad.
So, like, what's crazy is when we were working and I was doing the landscaping, a blade of grass went in my eye, bro. So I had to go to the doctor, and ever since then, like I get like little like fuzzy spots in my eye. So when you see me doing this and like closing my eyes, bro, it's me like trying to get that shit back together.
Dude, he came up to me and he was like, something's not right with my eye, and he showed me, and you know how there's that protective film over your eyeball? That shit was falling out. Like literally on his like cheek. I was like, yeah, dude, you gotta go see somebody. That shit looks fucked up. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't look good, bro.
And he kept rubbing it. I was like, stop touching it, dude. You're gonna rip your whole fucking eye out. Like, no, I was genuinely concerned. I was like, this dude's about to be blind.
Hey, I thought they was gonna let my boy stay with me and shit.
How's my eye, man? It's hanging out.
I even called.
Yeah, it's good, bro. It's good.
Yeah. They're like, nah, get back to work. I was like, fuck.
This motherfucker might die.
Your shit looked bad,
bro. It did.
And then like 2 weeks later, same thing happened to me, and the same thing. The film was coming down. I was like, oh my god,
dude, safety glasses, guys, safety glasses,
PPE.
Yeah. You guys don't.
We don't want to give in.
I have my safety glasses.
It's a write-off.
Yeah, he actually had his on while he was doing it.
Sunglasses or
no? He had these goggle things. For real.
I had these goggles.
Those navigator goggles.
Yeah, that's what they look like. But like he put them up right as he was doing something. Shit happens.
He's like that kid in freaking the Christmas Story.
Oh yeah.
In line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see Santa.
It's a great movie.
Oh shit.
I'm just getting blind as I get older, I'm assuming.
But yeah, dude, that's the thing is that I started having trouble reading shit, man. I'm like, every time I hold it here, I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm doing the trombone act shit. I'm like, fuck, here we go. But my distance is fine. I can read everything across the room and further, and I'm good. But once it gets to here, I can't fucking see shit.
So what is that? Shit
what is that? Nearsighted?
Farsighted. Yeah. So they gave me like the go ahead to get some cheaters. So I was like, okay, so that's not gonna damage my shit. And they're just like, no, as long as you're reading and you're wearing them to read, you're fine. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Do they even do like bifocals anymore? Like
yeah.
Do they?
Man, if you need them.
Man, I remember like shit. Everybody like. All the people in my dad's side of the family, thick ass glasses,
right?
Had the little separator,
the coat bottom lens. You get the tri lens. Oh Jesus!
Just know that
they have those with contacts.
They do still make bifocals. Just know I know.
You got them?
No, motherfucker, I'm not blind.
You hiding something?
No, I just know that I
got bifocals on right now.
A particular.
Oh, bad.
I'm talking about miniature Coke bottles. Don't you remember the mini Cokes? Yeah, that's exactly. They just said at them.
Well playing.
Huh?
Well played. Like, how does he?
He had them, but I'll just say like
Throws him in, just
I'll just say
sees
like
what happens.
I'll just say like it wasn't there.
Mm.
It was not there. So motherfuckers was chilling more than doing anything.
Kicking the grass. Looking up at the sky.
Exactly. That's a pretty rainbow.
Look at those chemtrails. Dude,
it's gonna rain tomorrow.
Dude, let me tell you about that. That was a crazy fucking. So we're about to cut or whatever, and we're outside. This was like, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago, and I'm looking up, and I see like, you know, a streak in the sky, and I'm like, oh, look at that. Go about my business, whatever. Look back up, no clouds at all. Right? Look back up, dude. There's like 20 going different ways. It looked like a fucking checkerboard. I'm like, holy shit. I was like, it was only like 20 minutes later. I was like, oh my God. And like, I go to the guy I work with. I'm like, hey, I was like, you ever hear of the what is it? Chemtrails, whatever. And he was like, yeah, he's like, I was noticing that too. Dude, within like maybe an hour, cloudy everywhere. And like, I was looking at the thing the whole time and it said that it was going to rain, but this was like instant, like down to, and then just poured. We were like, oh shit, that is wild. Like, could I be looking into it? Yeah, probably am. But there was absolutely, I mean, and they're so high up in the air. Those aren't fucking planes. Those, you know what I mean? They're not.
It's falling through a different surface before it gets down.
I was like, I bet you they're, what is it called? Cloud seeding or some shit.
Probably.
Maybe.
So China supposedly does it all the time.
We need rain.
Oh, rain.
We got rain today. Dude, that was like that hurricane, whatever the fuck, that hit the center to Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Dude, that looks like that was like driven right through Florida.
Yeah.
And it's like, it produced in the Gulf. I've never heard of a freaking hurricane.
Yeah, that's wild.
Producing in the Gulf. It usually produces out in the freaking Atlantic.
How does a hurricane produce in the Gulf of Mexico?
It usually builds up steam because the Gulf is warm.
You need distance before a hurricane can build. You don't have enough distance to build up unless somebody drops a bomb under.
Hey man,
something's freaky.
I think all that shit should be on the table.
Something's stinky about that.
Yeah. So, hey, question. So, me, my wife, and my wife's best friend, we've been having a conversation about Helen Keller.
Oh shit.
Okay.
What is your thoughts on Helen Keller?
What?
Like, do you think she was legit or they promoted her?
That's the real question. Like, do you think she was real?
Do I think she was a real person?
Like, do you think?
Yes.
Do I
She's
think
been
that,
noted to be a real person.
Do I think some of her accolades, that like the things that she achieved, what was she was blind, deaf, and they said dumb back in the day.
Yeah, because she couldn't speak.
Yeah, she was mute.
Yeah, she was mute.
I think she maybe did some things, and other things they maybe embellished because she was like a one of a kind at that time.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like,
well, it's like the first kid with polio.
Yeah.
You know?
So what are the thoughts? It's bullshit.
Yeah. What's the conversation?
I think it was just like we were reading one day and they came across and it was like Helen Keller, and it was like the woman who was blind, deaf, and dumb, you know, and it was like, and my wife, we would just jump through the rabbit hole, bro.
Yeah.
And we were like, so how did she do this?
Well, did you see the movie? There's a movie about
I never
her.
seen a movie.
There's a black and white movie about her that actually shows how she was tutored and how they got her to understand her surroundings.
So, did she have kids?
I think she ended up.
I
think she did.
Yeah.
I think
so. My
but
question is, wait.
Who's the sick fuck that would marry that girl?
So my question is, me and my wife, because I knew the answer to it. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew the answer to it. So me and my wife says she can't hear, she can't see, she can't talk.
No.
How do we know that she gave consent?
Good. Maybe she just dropped to her knees and started sucking dick. Who knows? Maybe that was her consent.
But she couldn't see, so how could she see the dick?
Oh, she can feel.
Well, that's the
That's
thing
how
too.
they taught her.
That had to be All right.
How did she know it was a dick?
Because how would she know what Braille is?
That's the thing.
How do you teach? Like, I get what what you're doing.
But see, that's the thing is that if you watch the movie, they actually go through all the shit in the tutorials.
I watched it.
They go through like
the
what
water dropping.
And then the apple and how to sign for apple and what it actually is in Braille.
Yeah.
So that way she can depict what Braille is for apple, and then they start branching off into other things, and then all of a sudden it all comes together, kind of like a fucking Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
You know, but for Helen Keller, she didn't know how to communicate with people. And that was the problem for her beginning, is that there were no teachers with the patients until they found that bleeding heart from New York or something like that, or Pennsylvania. I forget where she's from. But she was more for child development with needs, like what people are today, like with special needs and shit. She actually took the patients to try to figure her out, where everybody else just thought that she was a mental nutcase that belongs to be locked up.
Well, they were like they told her mother like she should be dead. Like, that you should just get rid of her. But I get what you're saying, because you can go down, because it would be incredibly hard, even though like it sounds easy. Like, here's an apple, feel it. This is what, but like.
How did she hear this?
You don't know none of that shit.
So how did she hear this?
It would be incredibly difficult.
So how did she hear this?
So how would you teach somebody that
she doesn't hear it?
My point exactly.
So if you see in the movie, she takes her hand inside of the teacher's hand and says apple. And then she takes the apple.
So how does she know? How does she know apple?
How would she know?
She can't hear it. She can't see it. How does she know that the teacher is saying apple?
If she gives it to her,
you
know what I mean? She would taste it. She would sign it.
So how the fuck did she see you signing?
Because she wouldn't know. Because like I said, she would take her hand, and her hand would be able to cup hers, so she would be able to feel what she's doing. So this is apple in signing. So she would sit there and take her hand and have her hand cup her one hand, and she would do this inside of her palm, and then she would give her a piece of apple. And then she would know that,
but that means that she would have to.
She's relating
things.
Fruit
bowl.
Right.
If she went to a fruit bowl and there's a pear and there's an apple and
there's a banana.
Yeah, and so she's just going around biting shit. Well, that's an apple. Like, how you just fucked up the whole fruit bowl.
But wait, so now how do we know that she called an apple an apple?
Well, she wouldn't. I mean, she.
But that's,
how do you? Because according to she went deaf and blind.
Well, she was born like that, right?
Right. Yeah,
and she's partial. She lost all of her senses around 16 months. So at 16 months, you can barely talk.
I totally understand.
I'm sorry. This is very questionable.
I would have been. Yes, I get what you're saying. So I'll fall into it too, and I'll be like, "That's kind of fucked up."
So I got one more, and this is a fucked up, but I gotta get it out. So because I was on this Helen Keller,
this Helen Keller kick.
So because I went down this rabbit hole with my wife, we're sitting there waking up this morning. I'm watching my Facebook, and it pops up, and it says, "What did Helen Keller name her kid?"
Don't know.
That's fucked up.
I'm sorry.
Hey, do you remember when we were talking about Helen Keller in the truck the one day? And you were like, "Oh yeah, the bitch that was in the attic." I was like, "No, dude, that's with the Nazis and stuff."
Oh god, I just brain dumped.
I was like, "Yeah, that's not the same chick at all."
That's Anne Frank.
Anne Frank, thank you. There it is.
Now that would have been impressive. Anne Frank, like if you mix the two, just blind, deaf, and dumb, sitting in an attic, hoping to God you don't get killed, but you have no idea what it is. Like,
dude, with Helen Frank,
I think the Nazis would have shot her just out of sympathy at that point in time, man.
Yeah, that's wild. That would be fucked up. I get what you're saying, though. I could.
It's a lot of questionable questions.
It would be
to me. That's a way to act when they come in state martial law and they just like, "Oh, you're a registered gun over."
Just fall on the ground, start biting every fruit you see. Like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? He's destroying all these apples.
We gotta lock him away.
Yeah.
He's done. Nobody will miss him.
That's funny though. I totally get what you're talking about.
I'm telling you, bro.
Because I've been down there too when I'm reading shit and I'm like, you know what it is like with Helen Keller? It had to have been like the movie obviously rushed things along and shit.
Oh yeah.
It had to have been incredibly hard to find a system to get her to, because even though you're feeling it and you taste it, how are you going to recognize that going back to it?
Well, they said it.
You know what I'm saying?
They said it took like 6 years to get her to like a second grade level.
Yeah. So it had to have been like incredible.
So
it was
6 years
laborious.
for a second grade level. Let's just take this. So 6 years at a second grade level, she's 6 years old. All right.
Dude, as a grown person,
12,
she was still,
you're at 4.
But I think they started when she was like 14 or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
but
makes
like-
it even fucking
but
worse.
like mentally,
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
because she's
Like,
minute because
yeah.
she doesn't know what the fuck everything is.
And what creepy, freaky ass motherfucker was like,
Hey.
you can't hear me?
Right when you said that about if she was pregnant, the twins. Remember the conjoined that we were
Oh
talking
my
about?
God.
And they both had boyfriends. I'm like, these nasty
They're
motherfuckers.
married now. They're all married now.
That's
Don't-
gross,
that's
dude.
fucked
Come
up.
on.
Kinky, freaky
Come on,
motherfuckers.
Man.
That's fucked up.
Your turn.
Yeah.
My
and then,
turn.
And then
Tag.
the sisters are just like, the one sister's like, oh, I just read a book. Aren't you feeling the same shit? Like, how? Because they don't have separate bodies.
So who
They're
has
only heads?
So who has the orgasm and who,
That's what I'm saying.
you know?
And do they switch off? Does she just ignore it? Like, how does that work? Because remember,
Can she like pass off this energy for her just to feel
like-
this whole?
and then like if the one sister's getting banged and the other one's
Or
reading
do
a
they
book,
have
like
split-
what if they like meet
Oh.
eye contact? Like
what
is
if
it
it's
weird?
split? What if it's split holes?
Like, no, they said that they have the only irregular thing is the heads. Their body is the same. So, but I'm saying, like, can she like separate her like thoughts or whatever? Like, does the one chick say like, I gotta take a shit, and the other one's like, nah, I don't. Like, what the fuck? Like, how does that? What do you mean you don't? Like, you live on my shoulder, bro. Like, what do you, we got the same fucking stomach. Like, how does that work?
This is basket case, bitch.
Yeah, like, strange. These are the questions, you know.
Bro,
Dude, what we talked about that for like 2 days.
Bro.
Cracked
Well,
up
that's
the
like
whole time.
that's like jizz wipers, you know? Is there enough of them in the porn industry to form a union, or do they get paid enough to fucking actually?
Fluffers?
No, the jizz wipers.
But they also have those people that are called
and
fluffers.
the fluffers, yeah, for the dudes that
Yeah.
you know, how do they stay hard all the time? I mean, they have to freaking blow a load 3 times to stay a freaking hard. What?
And that poor lady, like, she just sits there and she's like, "Yeah, I got him."
Yep.
Like,
Here I go.
fuck. What a job! Yikes.
That's like the backup quarterback.
Yeah, like, oh,
Sucking dick
man.
and not even on camera.
No, and
No.
you don't get shit for it.
No,
And
that's
then
just
after that, they're like, "Go get us coffees." You're like, "All right, you're just a fucking
Well,
bitch."
come on the
Yeah,
thing.
like,
yeah.
oh,
We're gonna have Bob come in and wipe this up. Why
Yeah.
don't you go get us some coffee?
And as they pass each other, they look and just shake their heads like, "Fuck, what did I get myself into?"
They said that there would be good money. in
Yes.
this.
That's rough. Let me guess. Bob,
That's a rough way of life.
That is a rough way of
Bob
life.
was the one who cleaned up Helen Keller.
Yeah, right. Dude, now I'm curious. Now you opened up this fucking thing in my
Oh
head. Now I
jeez,
gotta
is that
read
going to be
all
the
about-
next show? Helen Keller, was it consent or was it
Yeah,
not?
now I gotta dig into all that because
Was it her uncle?
I want to find out all about this lady now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I bet you, like, because I mean, throughout history, that's one of the biggest things that we lie about is timelines.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, everything is either shortened or way longer than it actually was. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, so did it actually take, or was she like at a 3rd grade level for 4 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they just like were like, because it's still impressive that she has nothing to, you know, like resort back to know these things because everything is being learned.
Yeah.
Everything.
yeah.
The only thing that isn't being taught or learned is touch, but you need to know what you're touching. So like how like that would be rough, dude. That
Yeah.
would I don't see it just being like, oh, 3 years she was fucking flying planes and shit. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I call
A
bullshit.
paper plane.
Yeah, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Yeah.
And even that, she has to bite it before she throws it to know it's paper.
Just to keep it even.
You just walk around her house and just food like bites out of everything. That's hilarious.
That's
We took a drastic turn there, guys.
yeah, we did. We just went down.
We had to get off the politics.
Yeah, you got it. You got to take a breather every now and then.
Yeah,
for sure.
Hey, hold on. Don't be fucking talking to us.
Why you got a wiretap on you, dude?
Dude, they're always listening, bro.
You know, that was
I don't even have a phone.
That was a problem back in the 80s. People were worried about the commies freaking wiretapping them and shit like that. And nowadays, it's just like everybody's like, hey, wiretap.
Tap me.
Yeah. Hey, wiretap. What's the proper temperature to cook a chicken
Now we name
at?
our Alexas funny names and shit. And they're like, oh, it's a part of the family. What?
Yeah. Give it the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Lil
What do you
Wayne.
want?
Have you ever heard that? The Little Wayne voice for GPS? It's hilarious.
Turn left.
Turn left. Yep.
Get off the highway now.
Yeah. There's gonna be traffic. Stop.
Yeah. There's a speed zone ahead. Slow down.
I think I seen my baby. You should exit right here. Make a left. Oh, I'm sorry. We almost missed it. I saved my body.
Make a left. Just a little lean.
not this left, next left.
Yeah, Mula, baby. They got a gas
Turn
station right
there.
there.
Now get down. Oh, fuck. Gotta get out of my car.
I know in there. Welcome to the hood. You have just made it to Chicago.
Turn back now.
Dude, my brother, my buddy had that when I worked at another company, man. We were driving up and down the freaking Midwest, and he had Waze. And it was freaking Arnold on there. He's like, get off the highway now. Make a right turn. You know, it's just,
that's great. Oh,
I can have
Well,
Trump being my shit. All right. We're almost home.
Trump would be a good one.
2.5 miles away.
Kamala
Make it
would
right.
crash my car into the fucking
Oh my
wall.
God.
I would go nuts immediately, dude. Oh my God.
Oh, and then if she could say your name,
Brandon,
Oh.
make it right. Make it right.
Make it right by the McDonald's.
Shut the fuck up. I hate
You
that
know, us
shit.
middle class people used to love some McDonald's.
as long as you're
the
woke.
girl, weren't you the one that sent me, old girl?
Who?
The girl who's always doing the
Oh,
skit.
that does her voice.
Bro,
yeah.
I fucking
She does
love
it good
her.
too.
She does. Her and the lady from SNL.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Did
yeah.
you hear about that real quick?
What?
So she was on Saturday Night Live. Kamala Harris was.
Oh, no.
And
Did they do the impression of her?
Oh yeah, they did a whole thing. It was actually kind of a funny little skit, but and she was like cool about everything. Like it was fine. But the rules, I guess, she can't go on something without her opposing, like Trump has to have the same amount of time on something. So she did that. She was hoping to not get caught, but they caught her. And then they were like, all right, well, Trump. And then I guess he went to a football game or something and did his thing. But like they needed to have equal amount of time. But she was trying. She was trying to slide that one past. That was just last weekend, I think.
I was, I was just trying to get a little extra time with the people, the middle class people.
Dude, I can't even stand her voice, man.
It's a rough one. I'm not gonna lie. Even if
because I shoot him in the face.
Even if she was just like a normal person, like if I would be like, I don't care for your voice.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you're gonna kill this.
Yeah, it's just hitting her.
I see you, girl.
Well, I believe that's a happy election episode.
Yeah, man.
Do
Do you say like what everybody else says? Go out and vote.
Go out and vote. Go do it.
Make sure you go
it's
vote.
Your American right. Go do it.
It's your right.
Excluding you. I hate everybody that takes pictures with their sticker.
I voted.
It bothers me. You just put your sticker. So that was fine.
Yeah.
But like when they're posing and they're like, hey, check out me. Like
no, I just snapped the picture like, hey.
Everything needs gratitude now.
That's so annoying to me.
No.
And then they walk around and it's like, what's the thing? Virtue signaling or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
look at me. Look at what I can do. And
well, it's just like taking a picture of your food. Who gives a fuck what you're eating?
I've done that.
I care.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey man, when you
Hey, one of them big old
when you get a
steaks.
steak,
when you make it
looks-
yourself,
it
it's
looks
different.
pretty.
It's different because
Yeah.
I've taken a picture of a freaking nice freaking tomahawk.
I was just about to say, my brother-in-law makes fucking tomahawks.
Yeah,
good.
fuck you guys and your tomahawk.
I'm gonna go home and have some brisket.
Oh shit!
I'm finna make
Fancy.
it. Me and wife, we was gonna buy one today, but it looked a little small, and I told her, I say, if I get a brisket, I want a big one because if I'm a cook, hey, it's got to cook for so long, I might as well.
And then you gotta cut the fat cap off, chop it up, and you can do burn ends.
Make sure you render the fat too, and then you can keep it and have it tallow and cook with it. Oh, it's so good.
That's what I do.
Uh-oh.
I know you're not into it, but that's what I do with all my bacon grease.
Oh yeah, especially pork fat. Oh man, you can make lard with that. It's so good.
When you put it in a container, pour water in it with it, and it'll like filter it out. So all the little bits you missed, when you put it in the fridge,
It'll be sitting at the top.
Yep, it all floats to the top. You got clear fucking fat.
All right.
You got your AK lesson for today. All right, so that does it for today, folks. So, if you're listening to us on Spotify, we're on 5 other podcast platforms: iHeart, Amazon, Castbox, Spotify, obviously. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Setting the Bar at Dave's. Dre.
Kings of the North were right. KOTN podcast. That's on YouTube. You can find me on Spotify. It is under High Headed Thoughts, which is my old podcast that's through Spotify. I'm on Facebook with it under my real name, Andre Cargo Jr. Instagram, you can find me the same way. King of the North podcast, sports podcast, one of the best damn sports podcasts in the land, and we talk that real shit.
Oh shit! Damn. But you can't talk shit with the Bears. Bears are looking like shit.
You gotta.
Hey, I keep it real, bro.
Hey, you gotta do my thing because that was all a lot of shit you just said. I'm not as fancy as you. I just say my thing and I'm moving on. That was like a whole.
That was a list, wasn't it?
That was a promo.
Yeah, right.
You're pretty good.
He should almost pay me for that promo.
Or you should pay me for that promo.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's something that I learned there.
What's that?
To do like the promo shit.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, dude. If you get an open list, I mean, for a script, that'd be great, dude. But I hate it when Spotify changes their platform like 3 times on me. Man.
Hey, I ain't never did Blue Chew, but fuck it, send me one. I try it out. I advertise. I advertise on camera. Hold on, it's according to what
dude.
Now you get it.
Or we could be like Rogan's first freaking sponsor, the Pocket Pussy.
The Pocket Pussy.
Nice.
We'll try it out, you know.
Give you a rating. Let you know what it is.
So there you go. Give us a like, give us a follow. You know what to do, people. And we be out.
Out this motherfucker.
Peace.
Fade to black.
See ya.
Fade to black.
Fade to black. Baby.
I've been waiting to say this all year, and I'm gonna say it.
It's that time again.
Get the stepping.
We gotta say goodnight.
Don't leave until I put you out. Get out.
You know it's getting late.
Get out.
Tomorrow is another day.
Well, if you knew it, get to going.
My